hasL.
Almost a 4-year high. Ask Porgies, it's unreal that I've been with this community for a whole year now, and I got to say I love this community for how openly welcoming and fucking goofy they are, and to the Mr. Himbo who reformed me hasL. Glad to be part of the chat. Love you guys. hasL. Yo. Hi chat, hope you all are having a wonderful day. God bless. "13 months. Wishing chat a good day. hasL." Just got my wisdom teeth out. Glad to be recovering with the chat. Damn, mogul money just went live, but I don't watch streamers post drop off. Oh wait. I lost my dad today, chat. I love you all. Thank you for giving me a place to rest my mind. hasL. Number 2.
For Hasan, gonna go watch some videos and just do a lot of commentary on his stream. It's all a meme. So now what are we waiting for? Waiting for Hasan. What will he do when he's live? Open up the casino, let the gamble in. It's time to sit. I bet we're gonna be sitting here waiting for Hasan. I used to come here for politics. Now I watch him game and yell at great names all day. God, how long have I been sitting here waiting for Hasan? Waiting for Hasan. Waiting for Hasan. Waiting for Hasan.
What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, a fantastic afternoon, a fantastic pre-noon, no matter where you are in the world. I'm Hasan Piker, and this is the HasanAbi broadcast coming to you live from sunny and beautiful 65 degrees, California, Los Angeles. And I hope all the boys, all the
22
girls, and
months, wahoo.
hope all the MBs are having a fantastic one, because it is Tuesday, October 26, 2021, 11:40 a.m., and I'm a little late, and I apologize, but the reason why I am a little late is, of course, because, I spent the entire night last night after I ended the broadcast around, like,
It's lit.
what was it, like at 8? I don't remember when I ended the broadcast, but, like, I spent the entire night talking to Dubs who made the PC. Shouts out to the Linus team. Shouts out to Dub for fucking just, sitting through that entire
Temple
fucking
University
process.
Hasanabi heads.
Unfortunately, it did not work. That's why I'm on my old shit, as you can probably see right here. Miss Atkinson, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope
Time
you're doing
for that
all right.
9-month curse. Get ready for the bad takes in chat.
Anyway, yeah, no. So last night, yesterday, for some of you who weren't here, yesterday at this time when I was live, I had no windows. And the reason for why I had no windows was because Linus
10 months
and his
Sarja.
team
I am
wanted to
becoming more
add
lefty than thou.
a troll
The brain rot
script
is just the awakening to this reality.
into
Five head.
the PC, the new PC that they sent. Now, it's in the video. If you
Was
haven't
at a
seen it,
funeral
go
for a
watch
old
it.
friend of mine who died of COVID at the age of
Support
36.
Linus,
His wife
because
didn't believe he had
my man
COVID
is.
and told him that he was faking it. His kids got it after their mesh masks they made them wear didn't protect them.
Because my
Shocking.
man's getting
Get
fucking
vaxxed.
brutalized on the internet for
Not
defending me, or even like collaborating with me. Anyway, so he put a troll script in the PC, and the troll script unfortunately worked too good. It worked so good that it would force this 90-second international video, like every time I turned on Windows. It would forcibly stop Windows from starting. It would forcibly stop Windows from starting this script unless you watch the whole video through. Now, that's like a funny troll, right? Haha. Except when you write a script like that, you're probably not going to get the code correct. You're probably not going to edit it correctly. And even if I accidentally do something, like a minor tweak, all hell will break loose. And that's precisely what happened. So
Poggies.
what ended up happening was that I basically was unable to turn on the PC. Like Windows, when I was live yesterday, Windows just fucking pooped. Like completely pooped. And
I must not fear Don.
And of course, everyone in the chat was like, dude, you got to do this, you got to do that. Come on, bro. Fucking, you know, come on. Just like fucking, have you tried running Explorer Exa, WinR, Explorer Exa, Explorer XEXE, Explorer EXE? Like everyone was giving the same exact fucking advice over and over again in the chat because a bunch of you are, you know, IT bros. And I get it. And I love that you want to help out, but like, and then a whole other group in the chat was like, oh, this is your fault. This is your fault. And I'm here to fucking tell you that it's not my fault. It's so not my fault that the dude who fucking wrote the code and built the computer could not fix it. So if he couldn't fucking fix it, you who wanted to be nice in the chat and wanted to help me out, were never going to be able to fix it. And not only that, but the dudes who were saying it's literally your fault, you're fucking boomer, you're fucking boomer, it certainly was not my fault. Will they send the missing case feed? No, it doesn't matter. I already switched out the fucking other NZXD case I already had.
Linus Dom tips taking away your Windows unless you bow to capitalism.
So I reset the Windows to fix the problem, and of course fixing Windows did not fix the problem. Because unfortunately some of the drivers, when I did a reset, I didn't do a hard factory reset, I guess some of the files like stayed over, so my like USB bus drivers are not connecting to Go XLR. So unfortunately, I'm back on my old computer, which also had other issues this morning when I fucking started it. But that's also because like I just moved, and when you move, you have to like move stuff around. We got new we got a bunch of new wires and whatnot, like longer ones to do cable management, cord management. So when you do that, obviously shit, there's like disconnectivity, there's like driver issues with that too. So now I'm gonna have to do a complete factory reset and completely restart it, which is wild though, because boys, some of you know this, some of you don't. I'm an old dude. I'm 30 years old. I had a Pentium i4, okay? Like I had a Pentium 4. Like I've seen Windows Millennium Edition, you know what I mean? Like I've been around the block. Like I used to fuck around with PCs way back in the day, right? And
have a good day.
Back then, when you had to, you know, fix your PC, you were fucked. I had 98, greatest Windows of all time. Windows 98 is the greatest Windows of all time. They've literally never been able to get to 98. Like Windows 98 was the greatest Windows operating software of all time, better than XP, straight up. Probably XP is pretty good. XP is like probably, I would say like they compete with one another. XP and 98 compete with one another. Motherfuckers in the chat saying Vista. At least we can all agree that Millennium Edition was dog shit. It was so dog shit that Many of you were probably not even alive when it came out, and many of you don't even fucking know that it's a real thing. Anyway, it was literally the worst fucking... Millennium Edition was the worst fucking operating software ever created. Okay, so it was the worst of all time. So regardless though, back then when you had a problem like this, like it took like a day to fucking fix. Now, when I do a fucking reset, because of the internet and because of the technology, because this motherboard is such a fucking powerhouse and the SSDs are so fast, like everything is so fast, you can literally well, maybe not a factory reset, but like reboot the fucking entire thing in under like 10 minutes. I downloaded literally every driver in like 10 minutes. It was insane. So that was pretty cool. Like I reformatted the computer in under an hour.
Man, 2021 has been wild, and it's been nice to have
So
Hasan to provide commentary.
I unfortunately don't have a thumb drive, so I'm not going to be able to give my old computer to Doo Doo Daft because I'm currently using it right now. I told her that, like, I'll give it to her immediately as soon as I, you know, get a thumb drive so I can like upload Windows into it. Flash drive, whatever, thumb drive, who cares?
Smile.
What was Y2K like? Scary, man. Scary stuff. After 98, the main devs left and every version of Windows since is built around it. The thing is that no one knows how the 98 cluster worked, even the current devs. So just don't touch it because it's so good. They just program around it. Wait, really? So I'm right. I'm literally correct that Windows 98 is the ultimate Windows. It's not true. I didn't say 99. You can do it through the internet now, I believe. The problem is, I don't know if I can do it through the internet. And the reason why I'm saying I don't know if I can do it through the internet is because, I mean, I did a reset through the internet, but I don't know if you can do a fucking factory reset through the internet. Because, like, what if the drivers don't work? You know what I mean? Anyway, so regardless though, that's what I was working on last night. Like literally up until 11:30, me and this dude, I got like that program Parsec.
Major general of information, vegetable, animal, and
I got the program Parsec for screen sharing. Like I was literally just like nonstop working on this shit.
Ohio rules.
Trying to figure out why the Go XLR drivers were not working. And ultimately, as is the case with every fucking IT problem,
is that
we arrived at the final conclusion, which is basically, you know, the ultimate restart, which is factory reset. So, like every IT problem literally starts and ends with either restart. Have you tried turning it on and off, or have you tried doing a factory reset? I mean, it's like the nuclear option, but it's also the one option that fucking works.
1 month away from the 9-month psychoic posts.
I bought a thumb drive immediately last night, but it's coming tomorrow. So just trying to be helpful. Check out the enabling smart access memory and rage mode when you're all up and running. Awesome perks of the newest AMD platform Linus upgraded you to. Dude, I don't know any of those fucking bells and whistles. I'm probably not going to touch any of that shit. Anyway, I work in IT. I can confirm most of the time if a restart doesn't fix it, we wipe it. So there's a lot of news to get to, and I will get to it in a second.
Nine months and my shit take is that Mr. was good.
But you know, this morning I worked out, and that's pretty much it. Like I have nothing else going on, dude. I did some fucking mobility and core exercises this morning. I'm starting to hinge again finally, now that my back is like recovering. My lower back is now recovered, and you want to know how I know my lower back is like now almost fully recovered? because my upper back is having issues now. My neck is having issues because, like, you know, new setup, all of that. People don't realize like how much these like minor fucking tweaks, how much of a role like minor tweaks play in the way that you know, sit all day, especially when I'm streaming. So I'm like looking at the same fucking screens all day, like standing in the same way all day, which is why I need Reflect cream to fix everything in my life.
Happy 13th.
Blue light cream, reflex cream for all of your blue light needs. Anyway, you're essentially a truck driver sitting all day. Yeah, and fucking truck drivers constantly die of heart attacks because they literally do this. They just sit all fucking day. And also the crack that they do to be able to fucking drive. So, you know, very similar to a truck driver in that way as well. So,
did you ever hang out with Bo Burnham?
When I get a new car a couple years ago, because the seat was so different, I had major lower back issues for months. Yeah, it's so strange, but is your PO box still open, or did you officially close it? No, it's open. I didn't get to send you a gift I was working on when you announced potentially closing it. No, it's still open. You have a USB drive in the motherboard box that has Mobo drivers, but just wipe the drive and install Windows on it. Bro, I'm so old. When I was looking at fucking flash drives on the internet, I was shocked at like how you can have like a 1 terabyte flash drive now. Like they have 1 terabyte flash drives. That's fucking nuts, dude. When the fuck did that happen? Bro, back in the day, like, you had the Sony memory cards, okay, that I used to use for my PSP, and I'd only be able to put like a couple pornos on it. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't have the fucking, there was no bandwidth. Like, I remember when it was like 128, it was like, whoa, that's crazy. Like most of my memory cards and my flash drives from a time when I used to actually use them literally are like,
I'm sorry, Leah.
Like 1 gig is like an insane number for me. When I saw like a 1 gig card, I was like, what? 1 gig?
As Pog.
That's insane. Technology has improved to a no shot. You watch porn on your PSP, you lying? You think a horny Turkish man is lying about the insane things that he would do? Bro, the PSP was literally for porn for me. I had all the Boondocks on UMD. I had all the Dave Chappelles on UMD, the Chappelle Show. Okay, the entire collection. And I had porn.
Love you, bestie. Let's get it, everyone.
I would go to Aries, you know, a peer-to-peer download service. LimeWire, FrostWire, and Aries were my go-tos, but Aries was the one I used all the time. And the thing is, like, I would fucking search porn on Aries, and it would always be the same porn. Like, it was literally like, there was like 4 or 5 different porns that like always were roaming Aries. And like, no matter what you thought you were downloading, you were still getting the same porn. Why is your cam and lighting scuffed? It's not. It's literally not. You are such a fucking liar, piece of shit. And now that I even read that, other people are gonna say true, it is scuffed. Just to fucking trigger me, and it's gonna work, and I'm gonna lose my fucking mind, and I'm just not gonna want to stream anymore. Anyway.
12 months radicalization and still no brain rot.
It's literally the exact same as it always is. Okay.
So each month gets us how long in the house we bought.
The amount of Trojan viruses were insane. I don't know how the fuck I never got into it. Your commentary on yesterday's VOD about Dave Chappelle, trans rights, and race identity was some of the most nuanced and enlightening pieces of content I've ever seen here or anywhere else online. I was in Iraq when I had that thing. I had all the UMDs and would convert porn files from my computer to the PSP. Yeah, me too. Yeah. Not in Iraq, but in, you know, Turkey. Which from a porn point of view might as well be fucking Iraq.
Peepo kiss, I love you, chat. Peepo kiss, peepo kiss, peepo kiss.
So what is it? Out of curiosity, what chair do you have? It looks really nice, especially for a big dude. Yeah, I have a Aeron, a Herman Miller Aeron. Right? This is the Aeron, right? And I got a different headrest. This one doesn't come with a headrest, but I got one. And I have the C. It's like a 10K chair. No, but it was expensive. It was like 3,000, or it was like 3,000 at the end, because I bought like the largest one possible. I have a C. I think it's like the C version. There's A, there's B, and then there's C. And I have like the biggest one possible because it's really good. I like it. I especially like it because like it's mesh. I got my Aeron off Amazon for like 400. They sometimes fall off the truck.
15-month sub. Let's go.
Yeah. Are you gonna talk about the Gus Johnson thing? I don't even know what the fuck the Gus Johnson thing is. Like, people come in here and they're like instead of being like, here's what happened, let me explain it to you. You literally come in here and you're like, why are you not talking about this thing? Are you gonna talk about this thing? Like, motherfucker, I don't know what it is. Like, I mean, maybe I'll probably talk about it if it's like relevant. They were both on Chat Vice. Yeah, I know who Gus Johnson is. I just don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
One yil.
But anyway, yeah, if you can get a Herman Miller on the cheap, because like in this day and age, a lot of businesses start off as scams for the most part. So when a lot of businesses start off as scams for the most part, especially startup businesses, okay, that are in like places like California, they want to have like nice bells and whistles. One of the things that they do is they purchase these like expensive ass fucking chairs for the office, and then they go out of business when they inevitably get bought out, because it's like the CEO is looking for a quick exit. You know what I mean? So they get bought out, and then they fire every other fucking like mid-level marketing manager that's working at the SJW factory. Okay.
Love you, Hasan.
And then all of a sudden you have a lot of these items, okay, these office items that are just out there for you to purchase for cheap. So if you can get one of these, you can I recommend it. It's pretty good. I say this without no hashtag ad, even though I would like to get a fucking hashtag ad from Herman Miller, or at least like send me some fucking chairs, dog. What the fuck? The way to get a brand new Aeron cheap is to find the authorized dealer near you on the Herman Miller website, request a quote, and they're significantly lower than the website price. Wait, really? If you buy it from the website, it's more expensive? Off topic, but Tesla just broke 1 trillion market cap yesterday because Hertz is apparently ordering about 100,000 Teslas to add to their fleet. A $1 billion investment from a company that filed for bankruptcy over a year ago pumped the stock by over 100 billion. Elon personally gained over 35 billion yesterday alone and is now worth more than Bill Gates and Zuckerberg combined. Your thoughts? Just curious. P.S. I've been spamming this for a while now. Yeah, my thoughts is that the entire stock market is a fucking scam. I'm sorry. I'm such a Luddite. I'm so
months, baby. Let's go. Thank you.
Like, this doesn't mean like don't get a fucking 401k obviously set up for your future. Don't be a fucking idiot. Don't listen to like the dumb 14-year-olds like moralizing on the internet. This doesn't mean like, you know, you have to work until you're like literally 75, and then after that you have to rely on like social security alone. Obviously fucking, you know, protect yourself. But having said all that, the stock market is fucking bullshit, dude. It is literally bullshit. It's just all bullshit, top to bottom. My fucking lord. It is just... This is the guy with shit credit. I mean, the credit system is bullshit too. What, you're gonna fucking sit here and defend the credit system? Really? Wow. Twitch chat is so wild. There is like always just an incredible diversity of like perhaps the worst fucking ideas that anyone's ever heard. You know what I mean? Like motherfuckers will come in here and be like, no, actually the FICO, the credit system is actually pretty good.
My favorite
I love it.
Mansion. No regrets house.
I love this system.
Praying the brain rot away has prey.
A rich like Hasan was able to cheat the credit system? No, it wasn't because I was a rich person, but that definitely helps. The reason why I was able to cheat the credit system is because I was very fortunate to have family members that have really good credit. One thing that I learned immediately, this is like one simple trick. Doctors hate this, okay? Financial advisors hate this, but find out how one simple trick can like boost your credit score by 80, like immediately in like a matter of weeks.
Keep up the great work.
It's not opening up a bunch of fucking credit cards. Yep, Dr. Sayus is right. It's called co-signing. If you co-sign on someone else's, like, if you co-sign on, you know, your parents' line of credit, like, no, not co-signing, fucking, if you, no, I'm wrong. It's not co-signing. What the fuck? No, you become an authorized user. No, co-signing is for rent, which is irrelevant in this conversation. If you become an authorized user on someone who has a good line of credit already, someone who has good credit, it literally immediately boosts your fucking credit score. It's crazy. But then you have parents and all the debt with the shit credit. Yeah, if you have parents with bad credit, you're cooked. GG's. Straight up. If you have like friends, you can do this with, I think, anyone. Like you can literally do this with anyone who trusts you enough to allow you to be to be a fucking like authorized user. At least we don't have China's social credit score. JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs said they would give me plus 10 credit score if I chatted this. You know what's funny about that joke? At least in the Chinese social credit score system, which is greatly exaggerated by Western media and is not like a real thing regardless. There's a way to improve your social credit. In America, the only way to improve your social credit is to just magically have more money and be able to pay off your debts in time. And only then, maybe, just maybe a couple years later, they'll be like, okay, you've proven your worth. That's it. At least like you could pick up trash or some shit. You know what I mean? To like improve your social credit or be like, I love Xi Jinping. He does not look like Winnie the Pooh or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Like you have no way. And we don't have high-speed rail. You know what I mean? Your social credit poops in China. You can no longer have access to high-speed rail. Okay. In America, we have a credit system and we don't have high-speed rail and no way of improving the credit without like literally just, you know, fixing your credit, having more money. Anyway, I'm trying to beef up my Chinese social credit right now. You know what I mean? Chinese Taipei. If you say Chinese Taipei multiple times, your social credit literally improves. Chinese Taipei, Chinese Taipei, Chinese Taipei. Okay.
For all of us trans frogs has the transgender pride.
I'm going to China, boys. Oh man, I'm grinding out my social credit like I'm fucking playing World of Warcraft. Okay. There's a lot going on in the world. What? Why you got the hammer sickle in your backgrounds? Maybe soon you can update with CPUSA 1. but your choice is the best choice. What?
Easy.
What?
Hasan, please unban me. What did I do so wrong? I want to spam Hasan smash again.
Can we get a cooking stream someday? Recipe for your attendees needed? Not yet, because I have a serious problem with my mealy kitchen appliances.
He pays off religiously, and she's been on it since she was 14.
Okay, the judge in Kyle Rittenhouse case will not let people he murdered be called victims, but rather looters and rioters. Oh, nice, dude. I mean, it seems like an unbiased judge within our unbiased and definitely not racist and definitely not awful criminal justice system. I see no problems with this. They want you to put up a Communist Party, the USA flag up. Yeah, I don't fucking know. You have any good source for the Chinese credit thing? I think Foreign Policy literally wrote an article recently about how the Chinese social credit thing is like totally overblown in Western media. I've talked about it in the past. It's whatever. Anyway.
For fun, funky, fresh months.
What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Social credit meme? Oh shit. Nice. See, there's always issues with the fucking desktop. Hold on, capture method automatic. Is this the one? Boom. Fixed it. Oh, what the fuck? This is not.
Hi.
Yeah, we're a new org, you know. These things happen, chat. New org. No, yeah, I obviously have the fucking lo-fi hip-hop running in the background. The Tenders recipe gotta be season finale of the cooking streams.
Yeah.
Have you read The Ghost of Leopold? No. Be responsible and spend 40% of your stream posting sources for literally everything you say. Okay. Got it. That doesn't seem boring at all. Kevin Gates says men shouldn't ejaculate during sex. I agree. Take on your flag. Why is it okay to have the Soviet flag, but if you had Nazi flag, it would be a problem? They both did horrible shit. Yeah. Like, these guys killed all the fucking Nazis. You know what I mean?
Being chilling.
John McN-word. Oh my God, this dude. An honest broker. I didn't even notice the name until
thanks for the 13 months.
When it was too late. So anyway, oh wait, is this what I think it is? Is this a sweet loco? Oh dude, I love this guy. Okay, back from the dead to post a fucking train video. I mean, this guy is just like ripping this dude, but this is my favorite guy on the planet, dude. This is like I don't know how to broach the subject of trains without coming across as ableist to an otherwise like very
100,000 turkeys each frowns.
Sensitive audience, but I have a lot of friends who are autistic who fucking love trains, okay? And they absolutely love this guy. I'm not saying that like it's a precursor, okay? That's not what I'm saying at all. I love trains too, okay? Trains are fucking wonderful. I'm a fan. I'm a train enjoyer. Anyway, let's watch this dude. I fucking love this guy.
I'm staying up extra late tonight to see a test train pull into Brighton Station. One of my favourite locomotives might be on it, so we'll just have to wait and see. It's 73962! Oh, it's it! That's it! Oh, quick, I've got to get round. I've got to get round to see it. Beautiful 73962. Dick my butt. What a beautiful locomotive she is. Check out all the gear in there.
He's coming, dude. He's literally coming. Dick my butt.
Another marvelous loco. I'm glad I stayed up late for this. This is a treat.
I will protect this man with my life. Okay? If anyone bullied him, harmed him, caused him to feel sad, I would fly out to the UK and fight that person. Okay? Literally just the best human on the planet, dude. Oh, I'm so glad I stayed up for this. A marvelous loco. I love him so much, dude. Anyway. You literally bully the entirety of Britain? Okay, shut up. That's like, those are jokes. We're having a serious convo right now about locos. We're having a serious conversation about the locos, okay? I'll stop bullying Bruvland for a little bit when the queen dies, okay? God, Aiden is going to be so sad when that happens. It's crazy. She was in the hospital recently, you know? All right, let's fucking blast off. Daycare is open.
Has boomer.
I love a marvelous loco. Talking Kyle Rittenhouse.
Being chilling, cold_face, due time hassle.
What is this? Real Chalamet? Oh yeah, Doom Part 2 got fucking announced, which is fire. Is tight. Okay, what else? What else is fucking going on? I'm drawing a blank here. Hold on. Infrastructure. I'm a leftist from Eastern Europe, but yeah, Soviet flag irritates me a lot. Lol W. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that, man. Will it be better if I put an American flag back here too, side by side? So you guys can compare atrocities. Bezos no longer the richest person in the world. Yeah, that's true. Talk about JonTron anti-vax shit. Is JonTron relevant still? Like, I mean, I'll talk about it, but like who Omega Lol? You know what I mean? It's like, has that motherfucker made videos since?
$3
Also, it's the least surprising thing on the planet. You got a dude who was literally fucking lying about I mean, it's so much horrible shit. I mean, I like this video a bit. It's a bit disappointing. If you guys are disappointed by JonTron's anti-vaxxer takes, you're going to be very disappointed when you find out about his takes about black people. Don't think he reformed on that either, for the record. You know? Yeah, he is not a big fan, I think. Yeah, wait till you hear his takes on
one more month
just
brain rot less than 3.
Just complete false data about how rich black people cause more crime than poor white people, that sort of stuff. Like he's not only racist, but he's not even like smart enough to be able to, you know, say the correct talking points that racists fucking jump to. Like he was like a really dumb racist too. Anyway, have you read The Industrial Society and featured by Theodore Kaczynski? It's a great book and very true. Okay, shut the fuck up. I like this vids but then I was black, low key broke my, wait, what do you mean? I like this vids, but then I was black. You wrote this like you fucking turned black. Like what happened? Did you vote for Joe Biden? Like you wrote this as though like, you know. Anyway. Anyway, okay. Gus Johnson abuses his girlfriend into getting an abortion? What the fuck? Okay, we'll fucking talk about it. Holy shit.
Any word about Mansion and cinema today?
Think this will be interesting. Thanks for your time.
Pog love you and
Whoa,
chat
chill.
white
That's
info
not
at
what
less than
happened.
3.
No. What? Gus Johnson ignored his ex-girlfriend dying in a hospital to open up Pokemon cards on Twitch instead. Literally. What? Anyway, okay, we'll look at that. I'm a minority. Could you please stop silencing the minorities in your chat and being mean? No. I will never stop. That chatter is literally lying to you. That isn't what happened. Okay, I gotta fucking write infrastructure. Talks coming to a close. And more.
At HasanAbi, did you see Chappelle's response to the Netflix walkout?
Maybe a guest. Get in now. www.twitch.tv
Hey, Hasan.
/HasanAbi. What kind of meme should I post on this, dude? Dude, I hope that, honestly, I really, really hope that Dune 2 will be made expediently, okay? Damn, this Squid Game Hasan image is fucking fire. I'm posting this. All right, there it is. Found a photo to post with this. Boom. Grimes ever respond, bro? No, she didn't, dude. Unfortunately, she did not. Anyway, listen, boys, viewership is low. Boost this shit up, you know? Fucking retweet it. Here, I put a fucking photo next to it and everything. I mean, she's the one who DM'd me and followed me back. So I like, she didn't have to do any of that. So I'm just like confused by it, but whatever. Can you stop with all the jokes? That shit keeps coming true. What happened? Joe Manchin being completely dismissive of an activist and tells them the truth to run for office themselves, and the Democratic Party wonders why the people are sick of their BS. Stop negotiating with this and bought and paid for climate denier. Wait, what? He said run for office yourself? The original plan was to film 3 Dune films at once, like The Lord of the Rings, but it was too hard. Well, it's also too costly. You can save this for later, but this is a good explanation of the lore leading up to Dune. A primer video on the lore of Dune by Frank Herbert. You can play the awesome Dune board game through the sponsor. In this lore documentary, we seek to bring to life the world of Frank Herbert's Dune series with an animated video of the key aspects of his work. This was made about three main pillars. Finally, return our attention to the various galactic factions of the Imperium of Man. Maybe. Is Linus going to be on the stream anytime soon, or did that get canceled? No, Linus is not going to be on the stream because I already, like, he was going to work through the issues of the PC and help me fix them live, but he's been nonstop working, so we couldn't figure out a good time to do that. And I think that, like, trying to fix the PC, I think trying to fix the fucking PC is not a good idea to do on stream, if we're being honest. This video will explain the Gus and Sabrina situation, my pregnancy. Regarding Gus, Chad is mixing up 2 stories. Watch Abileena's vid if you're going to cover this. The whole topic is rough. But listen to her because the summaries are dog shit. Just made so much sense in my head. Wait, if Jeff Bezos has $200 billion and there's 7 billion people on Earth, why can't we each get $1 billion? What? And he's left with $193 billion left?
hasL.
I don't think that's how... I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that I don't think that's how the fucking math works, dude.
Arjan? Pogo Arjan?
Anyway, this is why they open up the schools up so expeditiously during the pandemic. Yeah, now I'm no longer I'm no longer anti. I mean, I'm pro fucking let the kids go to school. You know what I mean? Yeah, I already watched Chappelle's response to the trans community in the last 22 hours. Him like addressing the controversy. I talked about it extensively on yesterday's broadcast. That should probably be a video in and of itself. Because on that video, I also talked about the side that I have not really talked about when covering the Dave Chappelle issue, which is like, I tried to be as like understanding as possible to the experience of a black man, and the way that like the media portrays black men in general, and how someone like Dave Chappelle sees the way that like the LGBT community has like been portrayed by the media, and why that is like one of the other reasons as to why he feels the way he does, or speaks the way he does, and the anger that he feels towards that. So
please ban me before I say something.
Chappelle just hates white people. Can we end this now? He hates white people but loves TERFs. So, and TERFs are the most white. Summary of the situation. Years ago, Sabrina almost died due to an ectopic pregnancy. What the fuck? Before she found out it was ectopic and fatal if no surgery, she was still considering whether or not to abort it. Gus said he'd break up with her if she kept the pregnancy. It was generally not very supportive. Note, the core of her video was not to shit on Gus. She didn't even name him. And most of the story was actually about how awful many healthcare professionals were about delaying proper treatment and just saying, it's fine, you probably just have gas, until she almost died. Jesus fuck. I'm aware of a recent video that calls out some actions that I'm not proud of, and I want to apologize. I mean, do you want me to watch the video right now? You want me to fucking start off today with that?
hasL.
I just feel like the baby killed in self-defense justifiably, and what Chappelle said made no sense. Just get ready for some heavy shit. It's a very intense story. Might not be great to start off with. Okay, I'm not going to do that then.
It's already less than 3.
I know who Sabrina and Gus are. I've had them on the broadcast many times. And I didn't know that they were... I thought they were in like a loving relationship. But I don't really know them that well. I just have had them on the show a bunch of times. So like I have no experience with them outside of that. But they seemed like they fucking love one another on the show. So that's like surprising, but it can happen like that sometimes. It can be like that sometimes. So you don't know them? Yeah, no, I don't like know them. You know what I mean?
It do be like that sometimes.
World star moment. They were, but the baby combo gets heavy and people are self-interested too. Her video's point was about how American healthcare failed her overall, and she didn't even name Gus, but people put 2 and 2 together. Why is he dragging white trans people into this shit? It's almost like he's afraid to go after rich white dudes because they sign his checks. No, he goes after rich white dudes too. Dave Chappelle goes after rich white dudes. The problem is he thinks that like trans people are also at the fucking centers of power, and that's literally just not true. They have no power.
Sometimes
Dave
if you
Chappelle
love
does
it,
absolutely go
sometimes.
after rich white dudes, though. That's crazy. We already watched a lot of the stuff that you guys are sending me. I recognize that, like, a lot of the stuff you guys want me to talk about. Ben Shapiro, Dave Chappelle destroys liberals, first 9 minutes. A lot of stuff you guys are linking, I already covered yesterday. So, I mean, you know, shouts out to the chat for doing their very best, but like, I'm on it. I've been on it. You just haven't seen me be on it. No, I already watched the John Oliver on Taiwan too. You think this interview is peak when the guest explains you can't plant trees, but it hasn't? Oh yeah, here, this is like that. Okay. I know I'm 8 hours late, but if someone pitched this clip as satire, you'd say it was too detached from reality. What the fuck is Mike Graham? Another talk show. All right, let's watch what the fuck is going on here.
Morning, Mike.
Oh, hello. What are you glued to, Cameron?
Aye! Starting off the fucking morning with a little bit of fucking bruv conversations. Yes, that's right. All right. Top of the fucking morning to you, chat. All right, let's fucking go.
Just your screen, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. What do you do for a living,
Well,
Cameron?
I'm a carpenter.
A carpenter, right. So how
carpenter.
safe is that for the climate?
Well, I work with timber, which is a much more sustainable material rather than concrete. I also
But you work with
retrofit-
trees that have been cut down then, don't you?
It's a sustainable building practice
How is it sustainable if you're killing trees?
because it's regenerative. You can grow trees.
Right. Well, you can grow all sorts of things, can't you?
Well, you can't grow concrete.
You can. See you, Cameron. Cheerio. That was Cameron. He grows trees and then cuts them down and then makes things from them. Brilliant. Marvellous. I don't think I ever want to talk to any of those people.
What? Oh my God. British media is awesome. They're even dumber than we are. They're dumber than our media. What the fuck? Is this fake? Well, what's the background on this? Who the fuck is this Mike Graham guy? We got to run it again.
Morning, Mike.
Oh, hello. What are you glued
Hello.
to, Cameron?
What do you do for a living, Cameron? You're a carpenter. What? What are you going to... What's next? You're going to say trees grow on fucking trees, bruv? Ha! What's next? Cheerio.
Just your screen, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. What do you do for a living,
Well,
Cameron?
I'm a carpenter.
A carpenter, right.
So why is he mad at carpenters? Thank God we aren't alone, but at the same time, shit, the world is fucked. It's like Newsmax. Talk radio is what your Tory voting dad listens to? Yeah. Oh, so he's like pro-pedophilia, you know, pro-royal family, pro-austerity, maybe even like low-key wants to fucking defund the NHS, that sort of thing. Pro-jellied fucking eels, yeah. Right when thinks he's owning the libs by saying he cuts down trees then. It's just like interesting to see like the Oibruvs operate this way. He's calling to insulate Britain. He's talking to a climate protester. Oh, okay. These Insulate Britain people have been blocking roads for weeks. Why are they blocking the roads, bruv? What is the fucking reason then? Are they doing it? Are they daft? Are they doing it because they want to fucking do pedophilia? But like Insulate Britain, Brexit was going to come with a set of proposals like, abolishing the arbitrary nature of age of consent laws. Why, oh why have we not done that? Are you daft? I will insulate Britain.
Hyperpogger.
And absolutely destroy the age of consent laws. This is absolutely oppressive that the nanny state can tell you who you can have sexual experiences with. Bro, you don't understand? The island has gone fucking batshit insane. Look at this headline from the BBC. This article based on a survey of 80 people conducted by an explicitly anti-trans organization using that organization's social media network. Shameful and disreputable misuse of the data by the BBC here. Yeah. Dave Chappelle, handshake emoji, the entire island, the entire media apparatus of England.
I was able to
They
fight off
fucking
9 months of
absolutely,
brain
I don't know what the fuck's going on there, but they just like hate trans people so much. Scroll down for their demands by InsulateBritain. Donate. Climate emergency, we must... Oh, these guys are the fucking... These are the actual climate change protesters. I thought you said that Insulate Britain people were the Tories, dude. I misunderstood that. This actually is probably smart. Background, the UK has some 29 million homes and they're the oldest and least energy efficient housing stock in Europe. Every year, vast amounts of precious energy are wasted in heating and increasingly cooling our buildings. In order to meet the UK commitments under the Paris Agreement to stay below 1.5 degrees centigrade and legal obligations under the Climate Change Act of 2009, as amended in 2019, emissions from heating and powering homes must be reduced by 78% in less than 15 years and then to zero by 2050. Nearly 15% of the UK's total emissions come from heating homes. An overhaul of the energy performance of the UK's housing stock is needed to reduce the energy demand. We must retrofit all the homes inside of the Britland. That's right. Look at the videos of the people dragging the protesters away from the roads. They've been gluing their heads to the road, though. Wait, what?
It's Tuesday in at 3 head happy 8
The leader of Insulate Britain ditching on the biggest morning show in the UK. So do you guys fucking hate these guys or something? Like, I mean, it seems like their heart's in the right place.
Party?
When does the pain of being radicalized
a
stop?
part of? Republicans? Democrats? Tea Party? Communists? A libertarian? If so, what kind? An anarcho-capitalist or a consequentialist? Even if you identify as something other than a Republican or Democrat, what does that even matter, considering most of our elected officials are those two parties? You would think that being a part of a political party makes you think more about politics, but actually, it makes you think less. When you go to vote, you don't have to think or learn about what's going on at the booth. You just have to vote along your party lines. Okay, president, I know who that one is. Senator, yeah, I heard of that one. And the rest, blue, 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 blue. Or red, 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 red. The two-party system makes us dumber on purpose. The party does the thinking for you. Whatever news you watch, whether it's Foxy or CNN, they do the talking for you, and you just regurgitate what you've heard. This smart person said it, so now I think it. The reason why this two-party system is flawed is not just because they're two wings of the same bird. Wait, who's the bird? If we have two choices, we don't have to be political at all. You just have to be not the other party. You're a Republican because you don't want to be a Democrat, and you're a Democrat because you don't want to be a Republican. But not wanting to be someone else is not a reason to be. So many people are one-issue voters around guns or abortion, which is very convenient because then that means you really don't have to think at all. So what's my party? I'm like a January 1st, New Year's Day kind of party where everyone's really burnt out, but I'm like, hey y'all, we can still keep going. What political party? It's me,
Why does it fit? Like, why do her dance moves literally fucking fit? I would block her just because of how long her TikTok videos are. Yeah, these are so fucking annoying. They're so long. Like, she makes good points, but like it is just like the worst. You know what I mean? This is why reps and dems would never allow a third party to develop any strength. The strength prevents it. You get it. So we're not going to talk about how this is the best way to teach. They should get rid of the R&D on the ballots. Then you know what and who you're voting for. Yeah, totally. 80% of Americans vote on party lines. Only 20% have like an ideological reason for voting for a particular party. 80% of Americans. My girlfriend and I have been bumping this nonstop since you first played it. Legit brainworm. Yeah. Here's a quick minute about the lawyers that got charged for terrorism in the BLM protest. Wait, what? No. When are we getting a Wuthering Heights emote? Never. Okay. What is this?
13 months of turning into a himbo radical socialist with no house. Thanks.
I'm not downloading that.
hasL.
I'm not downloading this. Not happening. You know better. Good article about why the UK is so anti-trans, especially the TERFs. Anyway, so yeah, let's get back to Insulate Britain. So they want to insulate and retrofit the entirety of the UK. Okay, and then also we're being pressured into sex by some trans women. Some lesbians say they're called transphobic for not wanting sex in relationships with trans women. Nobody should be pressured into sex with anybody for any reason. I wouldn't want someone to feel they have had to have sex with me out of social pressure, but it'd be fair to ask whether racism plays a part in announcing every 5 minutes that they never sleep with a woman of color. Bro, let me just make this clear, okay? If you're like a TERF lesbian, nobody wants your crusty ass, cobwebbed ass, turfy ass lesbian pussy, okay? Shut the fuck up. Oh, they're fucking forcing me to have sexual intercourse with a trans woman. I don't want to. It's like, no, you're lying. You are literally a liar, okay? Ain't nobody wants to fuck you. Nobody wants you. You got turf pussy. It's trash, dude. Trash. No, I'm not talking about Ash. I'm talking about the fucking women in the article. I love Ash. She's great. Ash is shitting on the article, okay? Turf Island will remember this. I made it so it won't download. The AC is on, he has water, and is listening to his favorite music. So good. The AC's on, he has water, and is listening to his favorite music. That should be your AFK screen. Ban him, he stole my link. The UK may seem really transphobic, but the majority of British people who are in support of trans rights. It's just the media and TERFs being a very loud minority. Yeah, I know. That dancing lady is a CIA play because people are associating good points with cringe-ass dance moves. Floyd Mayweather refusing to take a selfie with a male fan that wears nail polish. Thoughts? I know, I talked about this yesterday. Dude, half the fucking stories you guys have come to me with, I've already covered. What the fuck? Maybe I covered too much news. Like, there's literally nothing else new that's going on in the world. Like, holy fuck. Steven Crowder, Nanette. I gotta fucking talk about this. Apparently, Hannah Gadsby... For those of you who don't know, Hannah Gadsby is a comedian. Who had a stand-up special called Nanette. And the stand-up special itself was, I was going to cover this. The stand-up special itself was going to be about how, you know, we understand when somebody punches down in their comedy. But how about when you actually are, you know, like showing your experiences and explaining your experiences as like, you know, like a lesbian woman, growing up in like a really anti-queer environment. And when you make jokes out of that like horrible experience, you're kind of like, you know, people are just laughing at you at those experiences, and it's not necessarily a good thing. So obviously, I'm explaining her stand-up special in the most reductive way possible, but everybody immediately was like, "This is brilliant. This is brilliant. Thank you so much." It wasn't about haha laughter. It was more so about a TED Talk about how like comedy is actually bad. Okay? So, like comedy in general is actually not great because you know, you're ultimately making a joke about like your marginalization. And everybody was saying that like Hannah Gadsby's a brilliant comedian. I fucking hated it. I'm gonna be honest. I was embarrassed to like openly talk about it because so many fucking libs I know in the media were like promoting her and shit. I just like, I don't have a problem with Hannah Gadsby in general. I don't give a fuck. She can do whatever she wants, you know? Good for her. You know, make all the TEDx, TED Talk comedy specials you want. But your Hannah Gadsby take is always the fucking worst. She was a comedian for years and she isn't fucking anti-comedy. That's a stupid way of understanding the special. I will literally never be able to just reach people that just simply are like, no, I like that special and I agree. Okay?
I see Steven Crowder on screen, yuck.
Here's the thing. I love comedy. Okay? I love comedy. All different types of comedy. Okay? And I think that comedy is an incredibly, profoundly important way of being able to build empathy. Okay? Comedy is a keystone, a cornerstone for intersectionality. Okay? A lot of incredible art comes from struggle and marginalization. And I think that someone who was a comedian for the longest time, for their entire career, turning around and just being like, well, you know, I made all these jokes about my own personal struggles and my own personal marginalization, and I now realize that that wasn't actually great. Yeah, that sucks. That is an incredibly cynical and really just bad way of looking at comedy and satire as a tool, right? If I did not enjoy comedy, or if I did not view satire as an important tool, I wouldn't do hogwatch. I wouldn't be doing all this shit, right? And ultimately, Hannah Gadsby's special was just not funny. Like, it was just not, the Nanette special was just not funny. It was not supposed to be funny. It was not funny. It was sad. And it was more so like, her just basically being like, all jokes ultimately, even if you yourself are making jokes about your own personal struggles and your own marginalization, I am going to, I'm going to tell you now that that's still wrong. Okay? You didn't like Hannah's material because you actually like comedy? Exactly. But the reason why I didn't like Hannah Gadsby's special Nanette is exactly the same reason why I didn't like Dave Chappelle's last special. Because that's literally what Dave Chappelle did. He did Hannah Gadsby, but from the other side. Okay? Like, he did, the essence of Hannah Gadsby's stand-up special was basically like, you know, just not funny. It wasn't about being funny. It was about conveying a message. Okay? And that's what Dave did too. Now, Dave had more jokes than fucking Hannah Gadsby. Okay? Dave also had, some other groups that he made fun of, and that's a separate conversation. But it was basically like a fucking TED Talk about being a TERF with like a couple jokes sprinkled into it. So I said this yesterday. I was like, Dave Chappelle is fucking Hannah Gadsby, but for transphobia. And it sucks. It sucks to see because I'm a fucking Dave Chappelle fan. Okay? Worst part is you can have your special be about a message, still have it be compelling, and still have a little comedy mixed in. Bo Burnham's inside. Yeah, I mean, it was just like there is no world in which you can be like, yeah, that was really funny when Dave Chappelle said, I'm Team Turf. Like, that's not a funny joke. It's just like him making a statement, right? And basically, I guess Hannah Gadsby came out and said something about this.
Beep boop, we out.
Gadsby is trending this morning because Dave Chappelle decided to take aim at. Can I say her? What do I say? Is it Z?
I don't really know.
I don't know.
I thought it was a her.
I think it's her.
It is ma'am.
I don't know.
Bro, the only time these motherfuckers like fake want to be accommodating is when it's a cis person. Like, what the fuck? Dude, just like, even if you don't know, just say they if you want. Like, but
darkest period of my life, I was bedridden with a knee infection.
like, what the fuck? Bro, they literally can't. They just can't. They like, the only time they're ever gonna look like they're being accommodating is to still be transphobic. It's wild. They're only doing that because they know she's a woman. Yeah, exactly. Like, she's a fucking woman. Okay.
Honestly, don't know. I'm going to go with whatever Hannah Gadsby's preferred pronouns are. So Dave Chappelle listed some conditions on what would be required for him to meet with the trans community. Then I want to get to an article from Variety to show you how far down the slope we've gone. But here are Dave Chappelle's comments.
To the transgender community, I am more than willing.
Like, this like Dave Chappelle addresses being canceled 5-minute monologue was so fucking dog shit, dude. I just remember how he fucking made a promise that he was just gonna shut the fuck up about the trans shit and like move on and like go back to his like regular material or any other kind of material. What happened? What the fuck happened, dude? Just do that, please. Like, I say this as a fucking fan, okay? I'm just like, please, dude, please let this one go. Please, like, so that it's easier for everyone else to just like act like it never happened, okay? Like, even the fucking trans Netflix employees are like, we're not trying to fucking take the special off. Can you please just like, you know, reallocate funds to highlighting trans experiences and like trans content creators and shit. Meanwhile, everyone's like, no, you need to keep talking about this. This is the only thing you need to keep talking about. Cancel culture and trans people.
Some acoustic panels will kill that echo / reverb.
It's because all engagement is good engagement. Being canceled puts them in the spotlight again. Yeah, except Natalie, ContraPoints, had a fucking brilliant point about this. And it is that, like, it's a pathological obsession, okay? These sorts of, like, phobias are pathological and they fucking ruin. They absolutely ruin art. And it's ruining his art. You know what I mean?
Yup.
Like, it's not good. It's just like, it sucks. He talks about he talks about the trans community in the same way that hogs talk about Antifa, or in the same way that hogs talk about the trans community. Anyway, maybe there isn't more trans content because it isn't good. Not trying to downplay trans people, but if it was good enough for the platform, would be there? Would it not be? Bro, that's an insane fucking take. Like, what? Are you gonna tell me that like meritocracy in the art space is real? Are you insane? There's plenty of fucking incredible trans content creators, dude. No, it's just that, like, for the most part, trans people are too busy, you know, trying to fucking not get brutalized for being trans all day, every goddamn day. But there are still incredible trans content creators out there because that kind of marginalization does create good fucking art. Listen to Sophie and say that again. Trans creators don't make trans content. What the fuck? So that the other part about that is that, like, just because you're trans doesn't mean you have to fucking make content about the trans experience. That's another like silly thing. That's really dumb of you to say and transphobic. Wait, what did I say? Like, The Matrix was made by trans people. One of the most, like, one of literally the pivotal, most important fucking movies of, like, this generation, which many Zoomers don't even know about now, but, like, literally, like, for millennials, like, probably the most important. Like, it literally changed the way people see the world. It changed the way that, like, art was made. Matrix, the first one, is literally a story about a trans person coming out, basically. Like a trans coming out story made by the Wachowski sisters, who are trans women. And like now the red pill concept that you fucking hear bastardized by like all these fucking PUA people are, you know, they're literally ripping the content of two trans creators who saw The Matrix as an allegory to being trans. Most mimicked by garbage AAA movies, not that influential. The most mimicked by garbage AAA movies, not that influential overall. What? Chat will literally say anything, dude. First of all, this literally betrays this, okay? Most mimicked by garbage AAA movies means that it's like overall an influential thing, even on that front. But having said that, motherfuckers will literally say anything in my chat. Like, The Matrix is not that influential. Like, what are you talking about? Red pill as a concept, even now, is still utilized. The Matrix is a word that is in like common vernacular. Are you fucking high, dude? Are you out of your mind? Sequels are trash. Straight up. They were trash. I admit that. It was considered to be like a paradigm shift. You know what I mean? I can't think of a single other movie.
Take the purple pill to solve the 9-month sickness.
I can't think of a single other movie that has had such broad, like, cultural impact. In our generation, I mean. People are saying Star Wars, I guess, but yeah, I guess, but I was not fucking around for the cultural impact of Star Wars. Also, let's not forget that it also started the concept of fake reality, Cytopia movies. Without The Matrix, we wouldn't have had the others.
One yell.
Anyway.
To give you an audience, but you will not summon me. I am not bending to anybody's demands.
Lost the gay community.
And if you want to meet with me, I'd be more than willing to, but I have some conditions. And thirdly, you must admit that Hannah Gadsby is not funny.
That was great.
All right.
That was awesome.
So, look, I hate when people just say, oh, that person's not funny because they disagree with their politics. It's lazy.
Yeah.
That being said, this was couched in this was a joke from Dave Chappelle. And it was a funny joke. Now, Hannah Gadsby
Dude, when I want to know what fucking humor is good to laugh at, I go to Steven Crowder, the ultimate comedy understander. You know what I'm saying? This is Mr. Comedy, dude. Everything he does is funny. I mean, he's the funniest guy on the planet. So you got some of the best people defending Dave Chappelle and his like comedy chops. You know?
Hannah's credit, responded hilariously on Instagram. This was a while, just a couple days ago, but to this whole controversy.
Ew, the comedy's dead. Hashtag I killed it. What? Hey, Ted Sarandos, just a quick note to let you know that I would prefer if you didn't drag my name into your mess. Now I have to deal with even more of the hate and anger that Dave Chappelle's fans like to unleash on me every time Dave gets $20 million. Dollar reduce the process is emotionally stunted partial worldview. You didn't pay me nearly enough to deal with the real world consequences of the hate speech dog whistling you refuse to acknowledge. Tad, fuck you and your amoral algorithm cult. I do fuck with more backbone than you. I do shit with more backbone than you. That's just a joke. I definitely didn't cross a line because you just told the world there isn't one. What? Yo, I'm sorry. Fucking Hannah Gadsby's just not funny. She's like the least funny Australian. Australians literally are like automatically funny, dude. Like they're how are you like an Aussie and not funny? I don't understand. They're some of the dumbest motherfuckers I've ever met in my entire life. Automatically funny. Okay? They're sick cunts. How are you Australian and not funny? Okay, it's just like it's whatever. Same side as Crowder. I mean, I don't think that she's great. Okay, I'm sorry. She's probably a very nice person, and like I said, I'm not like, oh my god, I fucking hate her, right? But this is like a childish retort, you know. It would have slapped if she actually was funny. Anyway, Australians are so dumb. The turfs are ridiculous. Anyway, as I was saying though.
Nice.
Wait, where the fuck were we? So yeah, she said, "Trans is beautiful. Comedy's dead. I killed it." Yeah, no, you. I think comedy has been killed. Unfortunately, I think comedy is dog shit for the most part, but for a multitude of reasons, and definitely not because of fucking Hannah Gadsby's special. I think comedy has been killed because motherfuckers constantly have turned comedy into like, is this acceptable? Is this not acceptable? And then like the only thing people talk about is whether or not we can talk about things and how bad it is when we talk about certain things. Because people like literally cannot comprehend how comedy is created. Okay? Comedy sometimes is hurtful. You can punch up, you can punch down, but there's still a fucking punch. Okay? And punches hurt. The problem is when you punch down, especially, okay? If you fucking miss, if you swing and it's not funny, then it's just a dog shit joke that leaves everybody cringing. And that's the worst thing that can happen. Just bombing, right? But people see that and go, oh, that's an indication that this person is a horrible monster. Okay? They look at someone who's trying to be funny and they think to themselves, oh my fucking God, you're a monster. You're like a bad person. You're literally a bad person. It's like, no, that person is trying to be an entertainer. Okay? They're trying to be an entertainer. They're trying to be funny. And sometimes when you broach edgy subjects or when you talk about issues that are hard to qualify or when you remove something of its context, then that can come across as like deeply unfunny. Okay? And the punishment for that is cringe. The punishment for that is people being like, you're just not a funny person right now, and that sucks. Okay? It's death. So that, and by the way, the other thing I was going to say, someone said, Tim Dillon is an actual comedian, insanely funny. Tim Dillon has really funny bits. And Tim Dillon has some straight dog water. But that's just how comedy is. Not everything is going to be a fucking major hit. You know what I mean? Even Dave Chappelle's old stuff, which is now regarded as like some of the best. Okay, dude, I'm going to run the ad right now because people are being really fucking annoying in the chat. Okay, it's top of the hour. I'm running the fucking 60-second ad break. Please shut the fuck up, chat. You got me, okay? You literally got me. I'm in the middle of a fucking point. I don't want to run the ad break right now. And you're fucking forcing me to run it because you're literally losing your shit. Here's the ad break. You can subscribe if you don't want to fucking see the ads, okay? You won. You won by brute force. You brute forced it. You didn't do like any clever fucking segues. You just brute forced your way into me running the fucking ad break. I hope you're excited. Okay? If you subscribe, you can avoid the ads for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime. If you have a Twitch Prime, it's fucking free. You get 1 free subscription a month. Here's the ad break now. So the point is, as I was saying, like, when a musician makes songs and some of them are skips, you just go, this is, this album hit. There were some really good fucking songs in here. Some of them were made exclusively top 40, and some of them were fucking skips, right? When a comedian has jokes that are not funny, it's so much worse. Because for a lot of people, especially because comedy is like best when it's talking about your own personal experience, or when it's like insightful and pointing out something that's like deeply flawed within our societal formations or whatever, right? That is all of a sudden straight up a indication that you're like a horrible monster who believes these things, right? Not funny for you? What? I don't understand. Are people still like, this is the most pro comedy fucking take on the planet. If you can't comprehend the words that are coming out of my fucking mouth, you literally are just like so delusionally lost in the sauce. I'm not only fucking shitting on Hannah Gadsby, but I'm also simultaneously explaining to a lot of people who like misunderstand the point about like a good fucking stand-up special and how comedy is created. If you don't hear the words that are coming out of my mouth, that means you are blindly and delusionally fucking just saying, "I didn't like the Dave Chappelle special because he fucking doesn't. He just hates humor. He's SJW. We got him." Like, you literally are not understanding the point I'm making. Okay? Like, you can't be more pro comedy the way I'm fucking describing this. Anyway. So. And that's why I was always very critical of Hannah Gadsby's special, because I felt like it was too critical of like the art form that is best when created by people who are perfectly describing their experiences. Okay.
You boy has made IT to the 5-month mark.
Honest question, would you ever do stand-up? No, I'm dog shit. I love comedy. I've been a comedy enjoyer my entire life, but I'm not very funny. I'm not a very funny person. I wish, but it's definitely a natural skill that people have.
Getting a second interview for a job in my field finally feel like I'm getting there. Thanks for keeping me
But
company.
it's something that you also need to like work at a lot.
Death is
Here, I'll just show you fucking George Carlin talking about punching up versus punching down. It's a fucking clip that's been used a million times over. Okay, here.
I would defend to the death his right to do everything he does. The thing that I find unusual, and it's not a criticism so much, but his targets are underdogs. And comedy traditionally has picked on people in power, people who abuse their power. Women and gays and immigrants are kind of, to my way of thinking, underdogs. And, he ought to be careful because he's Jewish. And a lot of the people who want to pick on these kind of groups, the Jews are on that list a little further. You got women, gays, gypsies, blah, 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 and then suddenly you find Jews. And
suddenly Andrew's arrested.
Yeah, so, obviously he should do what he wants. And
why does he get away with it, do you think, then? Well, we have never laughed at jokes about the poor.
He's appealing. I think he's appealing largely. I think his core audience are young white males who are threatened by these groups. I think a lot of these guys aren't sure of their manhood because that's a problem when you're going through adolescence. Am I really? Could I be? I hope I'm not one of them. And the women who assert themselves and are competent are a threat to these men, and so are immigrants in terms of jobs and the
so that's why we as an audience then will laugh.
You say we. I don't think you're.
But
I think you're
collective we.
I think that's what is at the core of that experience that takes place in these arenas. Is a certain, a sharing of anger and rage at these targets. And I'm sure Andrew isn't that angry at them. I'm sure he's playing it as a comic.
Nothing really changes, does it? I mean, dude, of course, this is still relevant because this is just at the heart of the matter. That's why. Like, he's correct that there are ways to make jokes about fucking people who are marginalized, okay? There are ways to make jokes about people who are marginalized, and you absolutely can. But oftentimes the reason why people from the outside looking in who can't comprehend like the humanity of those people are often just going, that's weird. That's really weird, right? To a crowd of other people that are fearful of that same group and go, yeah, you're right. That is weird. Haha. Thank you for pointing it out. Finally. Rather than like actually being able to craft a fucking joke about the experience itself is because like, it's the same energy. It's the same fucking unreasonable fear work that, you know, it's the same unreasonable fear that people have.
Hey, chat. Hope your day is going well. Love you.
Carlin is a really great
Hasan
anti-cop material that lands with a broad audience because he applied these principles.
Help the police. When I was a kid and we went to the movies, we rooted against the police and for the crooks, and I still do. I love the crooks. I don't give a shit if they come to my house and kill my entire family. I'm on their side. I'd rather spend 16 hours stuck in an elevator with a couple of crooks than even say hello to a fucking policeman. You don't help the police. They're not on your side. Don't you understand this shit yet? They work for the state. They'll plant fake evidence. They'll put a loaded gun in the hands of...
No, you can't joke of any minority when you talk to the public. Say the joke for your friends. Man, shut the fuck up, dumbass. Like, seriously, shut the fuck up. Like, you and others like you unironically jump to that fucking stupid, idiotic fucking take. Like, why? Why? Look, that's boring as fuck, okay? That's a boring fucking way to live your life. I'm sorry. I don't give a shit. Shut the fuck up, okay? That's not who I am. If that's what you thought that this was going to be, after all of these fucking years of being in my chat, and you still have this kind of point of view, and you're like deeply upset with me for also saying fuck that shit, then you're mistaken. Like,
of an unarmed man they've shot to death. They harass minorities, they brutalize people, they deny people their rights, and they lie about it all in court all the time. They perjure themselves routinely, but they don't squeal on each other. They're not rats. So take a page from their book, but never ever help them. And above all, don't plea bargain by turning in a friend. Tell you what, some of you religious people out here, you religious folks, on Judgment Day, when you see God, ask him if you can plea bargain. Ask him if you turn in your family, will he let you into heaven? You know what he'll say?
Dude, I'm not going to watch this 40-second animation of me right now, okay? I'll do it afterwards, okay? Just fucking wait. Like, I'm in the middle of something. We're covering a story. You keep spamming it over and over again.
He'll say, go to hell. He'll say, go to hell, you fucking squid.
No, it's probably awesome. It looks great, and I will look at it. It's just like, but not right now.
Because even God hates a rat. You know what Jesus should have done? He should have beat the shit out of Judas. Just grabbed him by the beard and beat the shit out of him. Right in front of the other apostles. Make an example out of him. You fucking squealing prick, Judas, you cocksucker. You realize I could turn you into a fucking pillar of salt if I want? Turn you into a fucking monkey. How I could be a fucking monkey? Where's the money? Where's the fucking $30? Give me the $30. I'm fucking buying beer for the rest of these guys. But they didn't fucking rat on me, you prick. But he didn't do that. He didn't do that. You know why? You know why he didn't do that? Because he believed in all this goofy love bullshit. But you notice something else. He did not plea bargain with the Romans. And he didn't squeal on the apostles, you know? He kept his big fucking yap shut, and he took what was coming to him. We can all learn something from Jesus, even if it's not what we're expecting.
Good example of how you can joke about marginalized groups.
A lot of people mad at Dave Chappelle right now. It's interesting. Look, and here's my thing. He's been doing comedy for a long time. I feel like you should be able to write a trans joke without offending people. I was high the other day. I wrote this one. Check this out. I'm honestly kind of jealous of trans men, right? Because they're completely men, and them niggas get to have cute feet. I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fucking fair. I want to go to the Korean nail spot and the old lady, when she sees me walk through the door, go, fuck! Like, that's what I want, man. See, you can do that shit and not offend everybody. That was fun, right? Here's another one. I was
trapped out trying to.
The difference being Dave's a straight up turf. I mean, dude, there is like, you can even like move the marginalization to a different fucking joke that like, I mean, the classic bit is like, you know, I'm a trans inclusionary radical fucking misogynist. It's just like trans women are women, and that's why they suck, because they're women. Like that. Like, there's so many different kinds of fucking. There's just like so many different kinds of fucking jokes that you can make about trans people. That would also piss off the TERFs too, which is like a double whammy. And clearly, like that's a joke. Like obviously, that's an exaggerated fucking thing that you're saying. And most people are not going to be like, "Oh my god, you literally hate women. What the fuck?" Yeah, true. Get in the kitchen, trans women. But because it's like laughable at that point when you're, you know, you're doing like old ass fucking misogynistic jokes. Dude, just say you like their little hole. That's it. Yeah, dude. The only first of all, like this notion that like if you're pro trans people, like you just want them to survive means you want to fuck all trans people or some shit. Like you're a chaser is insane.
Love you, Hasan.
Like an insane fucking take. Anyway, it's actually funny to watch these right-wing grifters jump on Dave's bandwagon when you know they hated his takes during his woke come up, illuminating systemic racism. It's sad to see where Dave cop sprinkle crack on dead black bodies Chappelle is right now. Yeah. Well, the difference between that and this is that, like, if you're coming from a place of like understanding, and if you're coming from a place of explaining your own marginalization, you're going to be fucking fire. Like your jokes are going to be great. Okay? And that's why Dave Chappelle's jokes about that sort of stuff, being poor or being black, that's all incredible because it's real, it's personal. Okay? And it makes this experience incredibly palatable, and it can cause people to have empathy. Like you can literally fucking feed people, drip feed people empathy that way, right? And that's dope. And someone like Dave, who's able to do that, is absolutely capable of making great trans jokes. And that's the worst part about it. You're literally cucking yourself. Like Dave Chappelle could make incredible trans jokes. 0% chance that he is incapable of doing that, okay? But that comes from understanding the trans experience, or like literally treating trans people as human beings, like full-blown human beings, not just the one trans comedian that you know that you're like kind of using as a fucking talking point in your special to be like, oh my god, like I have a trans friend. And that's the worst part about it for me specifically, as someone who loves Dave Chappelle and as someone who loves comedy. That's the worst part about it for me specifically. It's like he has the capability of doing that and he's not, because he just like doesn't give a shit. He does not care. It's easy hack fucking material. You have a pre-built audience. Being like a fucking transphobe and talking about how shitty trans people are or whatever the fuck, or how like annoying they are. They're constantly chirping on the timeline, whatever the fuck. That as a built-in audience. A built-in audience that's going to go, you're so right, brother. You're so fucking right, brother. It's hack shit. That's not me being a comedy police. That's just me saying, like, that's hack shit. He's going after a pre-built audience that's conditioned to go, yep, one of us, one of them good ones. Yep, yeet. Didn't like it when you were talking about white folk, but I sure understand your jokes now. And it's the same energy as like a fucking podcaster being an ivermectin fan. You know what I mean? There's a built-in audience for that. So you're shilling ivermectin because there's a built-in audience for that. You're talking about cancel culture because there's a built-in fucking audience for that. People are like, yeah, that's right. Please give me more of this. And it's trash. I mean, being woke at a built-in audience as well. Sundance is arguably bigger. First and foremost, being woke is not like a fucking real position, okay? No one is woke. That's not a real thing. That is woke in the way that we understand it is a commodified capitalist brand position that only a corporation can at least aesthetically achieve. Okay? Motherfucker says Sundance is woke, dude. Harvey Weinstein's like, you know, stomping grounds. Sundance, so woke for so many fucking years.
Wow.
Okay? Wokeness is not a real thing. Everyone has privileged blind spots. Okay? Everyone. There are a lot of things that I can't comprehend, okay? So this notion that like someone is like perfect, someone's the perfect being, you're not perfect. You're fucking boring. Even if you literally have never said anything horrible in the past, okay? Or anything bad, that just simply means you are, what are you, Mormon? Is that what it is? Like, what the fuck happened to you? Like, that doesn't mean you're perfect. That means you suck, okay? That's what makes humans beautiful, okay? Our imperfections. So even if you don't have any like, oh no, what are you talking about? I've never said a bad thing. First of all, that's not true. Literally, key search Asian on anyone's fucking profiles. When they shit on someone, you will find a boatload of anti-Asian sentiment. Like, you just easy. That's the easy cookies for you. Whenever you see someone be like, man, I can't believe this person said that. Just key search Asian on their profile. Go back to like 2009. Anyway. So everyone's got some fucking what? So everyone is racist because you were cringe as fuck? Man, shut the fuck up, gank your waifu. That's not what I'm saying. If you consider yourself to be a leftist or a progressive, then you recognize that everyone is growing up and being socially conditioned to believing certain things in a capitalist, oftentimes white supremacist, and very bigoted society. You can't hold on to the position that the core of our culture is coming from the material conditions that we are living under, that we are existing under, that is ultimately very racist, ultimately very homophobic, ultimately very fucking bigoted, and also predisposed towards like continuing oppression, and then turn around and be like, well, that's crazy. I'm not like that. I never had a fucking bad thought. It's like, dude, it's in every facet of our education, in every part of our society. Of course, people are going to be fucking bigoted until they recognize that they're wrong for feeling that way, until they learn empathy. Okay? And if you personally have never had like a serious, I don't know, if you've never had like any fucking bad takes or anything like that, then you must have lived an incredibly fucking sheltered life. Okay, congratulations, you're the most woke. That doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is growth, okay? What matters to me is recognizing the flaws in the way that you operated in the past and then changing that, okay? Otherwise, I wouldn't do what I fucking do. Like, I literally would just not, why am I doing this? If nobody's capable of change and people are good and then some people are bad and they will never be good and they will always stay bad. If you've ever said something bad, then that must mean that you are reduced to that fucking individual moment in your life and you're always going to be a bad person. No way for growth. No room for growth. It's like idiotic. The reason why I'm talking about all this shit is that a lot of great comedy comes out of that imperfection. And Dave Chappelle is great at communicating that to people. Unfortunately, though, his last couple stand-up specials, Chatter said, you think you're Jesus? Wait, what? Dude, we live in such a fucked up planet. If like me saying the most normal shit, like me saying the most normal shit that you, if you sat back and thought about it for a brief moment, would also admit to, makes me Jesus in your fucking eyes, or think that I'm like saying something completely outside of the bounds of reason that no one has thought about. It's just normal. Just be a normal person. Like, be a good person and a normal person. That's all I'm saying. Okay?
"5 months of spamming the chat.
Anyway.
What's up, y'all? I just left school and we had 2 days in a row with a fight.
Shelter people are fucking wild. Some people are born and have a lot of growth potential. Others don't. Yeah, I mean, dude, the never bigoted. I was never bigoted. I never had like a single bigoted thought. It's just, not only is it not true, it's like physically impossible. But even if it was fucking possible, that just means you suck. Like, okay, great. You lived in a separate universe from the rest of us then, I guess. Okay? Straight up. Anyway. So Dave Chappelle's special basically talked about how the situation has affected him now in the upcoming documentary. Affected his upcoming documentary, saying they began disinviting me from these film festivals, and now today, not a film, not a company, not a movie studio, not a film festival, nobody will touch this film. I think Dave was speaking from experience when comparing the struggle of the POC in the US to the struggle of the LGBTQ, mainly pointing out the difference in how quickly society had to adjust to one community versus how slowly it changed for the black community. Society never changed for the black community. That's the difference.
For the 3/4
it just
of
like got brushed under the fucking rug, and there are more insidious ways of shitting on black people now. Okay? That's the difference. It's just like, that's not, you can't say the N-word. You can't like discuss the humanity of black people as a debate, as a subject of debate anymore, because everyone's like, okay, well then one side of that debate is like a gigantic racist person. Okay. And people still do that regardless. Don't get me wrong. Of course people still do that. But like, you can't do that in the same circles that also want you to be nice to the LGBT, right? There's also black LGBT members as well, but that's not what I'm talking about right now. Okay? The difference is, so that makes Chad's point more valid? No. The point is, it's aesthetic. Okay? It's just aesthetic. The kindness that you see from Netflix and the literal fucking Dave Chappelle stand-up special is a perfect example of this. Dave Chappelle gets $20 million and makes a fucking otherwise mid-ass stand-up special where he's just like a boomer fucking yelling about like how trans people are too sensitive or whatever the fuck, okay? And says like, I'm team TERF, whatever. And then the trans person that like wants to fucking execute like a walkout or retaliate within the labor force, within Netflix, literally gets fucking fired. And everyone is still talking about how Dave Chappelle is the victim. Okay? That's aesthetic bullshit from Netflix to be like, oh, we stand with our trans community. Like, no, the fuck you don't, okay? You don't. So, he's being silenced, lmao. Yeah, totally, dude. He's so super silenced. Like, oh, God. If you're working class, okay, if you're a working class person and you think that, like, Dave Chappelle is being silenced, you are the biggest dummy. You know who gets silenced? You, motherfucker. If you work at Jiffy Lube, you get fired for speaking out of turn, okay? You actually get canceled all the fucking time. You are subject to a cancellation every goddamn day. Dave Chappelle is not. That's fucking Dave Chappelle. That's an institution, dumbass. He got silenced by what? Getting $20 million for just his last stand-up special? Wow, dude, they're really fucking... They should silence me like that, dude. Fuck. Anyway.
Wow, 3 months of no ads really does fly by.
So, like, the irony was, like, he was fucking talking to a sold out, like, arena about how silenced he is and how much of a victim he is. And that's like a laughable concept unless you literally think, like,
I love you so much,
you know,
Hasan.
no,
So sorry
I
for
agree
all
with
my
him and I
actions,
like him.
non-binary and homosexual, and I thank you
He
for
is
all
being
the
silenced. I
advocacy
stand for
you do.
justice. Yeah, dude, he's so silenced. The most silenced, dude.
The reaction, Netflix, and the trans community. Now, if we establish right here at the beginning that all three of us are supporters of all laws that protect trans people, that we believe in all the dignity, equality, and respect that can be afforded to trans people, can we have an honest, free discussion about this?
Many people don't think so, but
Right, many people. That's what bothers me to begin with. That there is this is what I call the one true opinion. Very apropos of your religion theme, John. There is the one true opinion, and there isn't. There isn't just one true opinion. I'm a free speech guy. Now, I'm Team Dave, but that doesn't mean I'm anti-trans. We can have two thoughts in our head at the same time. Words have meaning, but not anymore. And when I hear transphobic, phobic has a meaning.
Dude, I've heard this exact argument, like, literally from every fucking transphobic person. Oh, God, Bill Maher is just so painfully unfunny. It sucks. It's just like, oh, God. Like, why? Why do we still have these fucking boomers, man? Please replace these boomers with some fucking younger talent. Jesus Christ, I'm losing my fucking mind. It's all, like, 65-year-old executives working at the behest of shareholders that are also in the same age range, making decisions to continue fucking hiring, 50 to 60-year-old old folk to keep doing the fire hits.
Fear. I'm not transphobic if I merely disagree with you. It's not hate. I mean, here's what one of the reactions from someone who worked at Netflix said, this is not an argument with two sides. Well, right away, you lost me. It is an argument with trans people who want to be alive and people who don't want us to be. Well, that's just ridiculous. Dave Chappelle does not want you to not be alive.
Amen.
It's just... And...
There is no other, like, marginalized identity that we, like, recognize as marginalized that you can make this argument for. Like, that's not a real thing. It's so stupid. You can't just be like, dude, listen, like, I'm not anti-black. I'm just, like, pro David Duke, okay? Like, come on. Or someone who is, like, not directly a part of the KKK, but, like, I don't know, fucking someone who's, like, very clearly racist against black people. And you're just like, look, man, like, I'm not anti-black, but, like, that guy, he doesn't want to kill black people. He's just, like, saying all the anti-black shit, at a time when, like, black people are being fucking murdered. He's just saying they're lesser. Yeah, he just wants to. He's not saying trans people should die. He's just siding with people that don't want trans people to exist. And is saying that he's on the team of people that think trans people should not exist. And also making arguments as to why they are either, like, A, faking it, B, hysterical, C, exaggerating their plight. Like, that's insane, dude. It's literally like a fucking, for real, that breaking your arm reaching. Saying I'm Team TERF for trans people is like saying I'm Team David Duke for black people. TERFs do not want trans people to exist. There's a litany of different subjects. The reason why this conversation is hard to fucking have is because many people are not well versed on trans stuff, and literally low key, no matter what, for understandable reasons, because of deeply rooted social conditioning about how rigid the gender binary has been and how profoundly important it is to everyone's lives, they think trans people are kind of weird. Okay, that's the fucking reality, which is precisely why whenever you shit on trans people and then someone fucking defends that, everybody goes, wait a minute, hold the fuck on, because deep down inside you kind of feel trans people are weird. That's just the reality. And the reason why you feel that way is because you've been fucking conditioned to feel that way. That's why so many trans people are themselves transphobic when they're growing up before they recognize that they're trans. There's trans people in this community right now that are like, yeah, I was transphobic as fuck when I was younger. It's just like literally just built into our it's built into our understanding of ourselves. Anyway, if you say reaching, you're literally so far off. Tourists want to legislate away the existence of trans people. Come to look at the UK and what they're trying here. I mean, it's crazy. It's like, it's wild that like I can't even fucking be like, TERFs want to literally legislate away trans existence. Like, that's wild that it is so, we're so far away from like even having a reasonable discussion about this issue, because people are just like, I've never met a trans person. I've only seen trans people. Like, my only experience with trans people is like they're extremely online and they're fucking yelling at other people on Twitter, and I don't want them to yell at me because I myself secretly also kind of think like I don't really understand it, and I'm worried that I'm going to say something wrong and then I'm going to be fucking canceled. That's like the most like normal average person fucking take you can have. Okay? Well, now there's a reason why they're yelling all the fucking time. And the reason why they're yelling all the fucking time is because they're extremely combative, because there's constantly shit popping off that literally is like, yeah, you kind of should not do this. You're just weird. Like, you kind of should not do this. Like, that's the lightest and most like innocent way of just like broaching the subject. Even like that other guy who was like, well, I have a trans friend. The other day when we were talking about this, like, oh, well, I have a trans friend, but also like I'm gonna fucking misgender them, like, and tell them not to fucking go through with gender confirmation. Like, that's like a person who thinks he's being kind. You know what I mean? Do you really think Dave is a TERF, or is he just bitter that activism in the LGBTQ community is echoed louder than black activism? Dude, if you think the LGBTQ community's like activism has like been more successful than black activism, without recognizing that, like, you know, white people can be trans, or white people can be gay, for example, you know, you can still be like a cishet white dude and be gay at the same time, and how deeply rooted America's hatred for black people is, and how codified it is, okay? How it's like baked into literally every single fucking institution, and also simultaneously not recognize that, or did I say cishet gay? Sorry, I meant cis and gay. Shut the fuck up, chat. Shut up. I said something, I said something wrong, okay? Chill the fuck out. Yeah, dude, millions of people around the world marched in the streets of June 2020 for LGBT people. Yeah, dude, Black Lives Matter protests happened all around the world. Where did we get? Did we go anywhere with that? Was there any fucking legislation that passed? Did a single fucking good thing come out of that for black folk? Explain that to me. No, it didn't, so shut the fuck up. That's not the point? No, it is the fucking point. That's literally the point. If you're not seeing that, you're missing at least like a part of Dave Chappelle's point. I do have empathy for that position where you're like, well, what the fuck, dude? You know? We can't get anything. Like, if you're a black person and you're like, oh, this fucking sucks. No matter what happens, like, there's nothing going on. Like, there's no movement. There is no fucking, there is no material restitution at all. Then, you know, I see that. But yes, trans people didn't cause that. Exactly. And trans people were also out there protesting in the fucking streets too. Trans people are not the legislators. They are not the people at the center of power making these decisions to say, yeah, fuck black people. Yeah, actually, no, we're going to fund the police even more than we did before. Okay? That's the problem. So you're just like cucking over and fucking over your allies. It's just a way to divide the working class on boundaries of identity. It's not a fucking competition. Everyone is going through some shit. A fact that Dave Chappelle personally understands and mentioned in his like Daphne part of his special. When he talks about how Daphne said, I'm a human and I'm going through some shit. He gets that. He understands that. Were trans people ever enslaved? That's such an idiotic fucking take. It's just like, do you only have to be enslaved to be marginalized? Like, what a fucking dumb take. I'm not even making that comparison, by the way. Like, that would be a really fucking stupid comparison to make. Also, there are, you know, black trans people, a fact that most people are forgetting. That's the worst part about Dave Chappelle's, that's the worst part about Dave Chappelle's special is that, like, there shouldn't be a rift between the LGBTQ community and the black community. Okay? There is a lot of racism in the LGBTQ community. Okay? And there's homophobia in the black community, or bigotry in the black community towards the LGBTQ community. The goal is to make sure that that divide is fixed. Okay? So that everyone can stand in solidarity along class boundaries at the very least, rather than fight amongst themselves. Okay? That's at the heart of intersectionality. Anyway. Maybe the difference is that one group was enslaved not too long ago. Dude, I'm not saying that black people are fucking... How many times do I have to fucking repeat this, dude? Are you stupid? Is it not fitting through your fucking brain? Like, what's happening? Is it not going through one ear and getting out of the other one? Of course. I already fucking mentioned that... like, anti-blackness is literally a core part of living in Western society, okay? Straight the fuck up. In a way that is like incomprehensible or not even comparable to any other fucking identity. I already mentioned that. I understand that. What the fuck?
You know, you're not automatically right if you're trans.
And that's Chappelle's point? No, that's not the entirety of Chappelle's point. That's the root of his fucking anxiety and anger, okay? That's the problem. And I recognize that. And I even am empathetic to what he is saying on that side of the fucking conversation. The follow-up is what I'm fucking talking about. It's so stupid. Hasan, the thing that you see, this is what I mean. The thing is, transgenderism has not existed for that long in human history compared to the enslavement of African folk, which happened for 500 years, dude. You're a fucking idiot. You think you're making a good point, and you're just completely categorically wrong. Okay? That is just wrong. You just are so wrong. You have no fucking clue what you're talking about. Transgenderism is not a new phenomena, okay? It didn't just randomly happen out of nowhere where people were like, I guess I'm trans now. Like, that's not a thing. And the reason why you feel that way is because of how fucking pervasive social conditioning has been, especially in Western societies. Motherfucker, like, indigenous folks have had, like, trans people for thousands of years. Shut the fuck up. You are literally just wrong. You are completely fucking incorrect. One of the first texts that Nazis burned in their famous book burnings was literally all of the fucking medical research done on trans people. It's just super fucking wrong. But you didn't know that, but you had the fucking audacity to come in here and just still fucking blurt that out, because you can say that about trans people. And that's my point. Okay. Right now, you could just say whatever kind of fucking misinformation you want about trans people. And like, most people will probably be like, yeah, I kind of agree with that. Okay. And that's the issue. That's the problem. So when in a society like that, you're still fucking turning around and being like, yeah, fuck trans people. Actually, I'm going to do that same exact thing. And you get, you know, applause breaks in between that rhetoric. Like, you're doing a bad thing. Okay. You're not doing a good thing. And worse, you're not being funny. Okay?
Trans. You're completely equal. You're just not automatically right. And it doesn't behoove everybody to get their mind around very new changes. I mean, we were boy and girl for a very long time. It's only been 10 years since, how long have we had gay marriage? You know, I mean, talking about the Democratic voter, I'm sure there's a guy in Ohio going, I just got on board with gay marriage. Could you give me a minute? This idea that we're not any gender when we're born is very new and very radical. That you're born is just jump ball. But you have a penis.
Yeah, I mean, this entire argument unironically revolves around like, yeah, that's the reason why he's defending Dave. Most people that defend Dave Chappelle either are just like unaware or are big fans of Dave Chappelle, are completely unaware of like trans people in general and don't fucking know anything. And they're just like personally a little transphobic. And it's also fucking hilarious that, like, I mean, that's the report right there. That's the self-report. It's just like, I'm actually defending Dave because, like, I also agree with him. And that's it. They're new. They're scary. I don't get it. But I'm not afraid. I mean, phobia means you're afraid. I'm not afraid. You're not afraid of, like, individual trans people. You're afraid of the change that it represents. Okay? Like, that's the point. Ultimately, it will change, okay? I believe that progress is inevitable unless, like, you know, we full tilt go fascist authoritarian. So, you're afraid of death, you're afraid of dying, and these sorts of, like, broad systemic changes that go against everything you've learned your entire life is just a constant signal that you're closer to death than you were before, okay? You're just not with it all there. And that fucking terrifies you. And I get that. I'm 30 years old, you know? Shit changes for me too. So, I understand that fear. But that fear doesn't necessarily make for good comedy. It doesn't make for good art. You're just like a fucking sad old person afraid of your own demise, your own inevitable demise. So, anyway, regardless, though, all these like incredibly unfunny people are just defending fucking Dave Chappelle, which is, you know, Another example that is not great.
It could mean you're a boy, but that's that's a very new idea, and I'm not sure I'm down with all of it, and I don't have to be.
Yeah, it's all the same shit. Yeah.
Now I have to deal with even more of the hate and anger that Dave Chappelle's...
Oh, no, he did the same thing I did. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, no. Okay, we're skipping that part. That's so embarrassing. I did the exact same kind of fucking voice that he did.
I make shit.
You don't do
or I take shit. You don't do shit.
That's so embarrassing for me. Oh, GG's, dude. Oh, fuck. Well, this is why I said I'm not a fucking comic, okay? I'm not a funny person.
What are you painting in shit colors?
It's an Australian thing. Yeah.
It's an Australian thing.
And it goes down the bowl the opposite way.
Right,
you know?
yeah.
I don't know.
Streaks
Maybe
and
it's the New Zealand Drew Carey look-alike thing. I don't see many people. Oh, do shits with more backbone than you. I guess this is what passes. This is what passes.
Oh, this was funny too. Hold on. Back to Bill Maher for a second. It wasn't in the clip, but he literally said, Bill Maher pushes back on criticism of Chappelle.
HBO's
What
Bill
the fuck
Maher
was that
pushed back-
reaction? And he literally says, in his and everybody like criticizing Dave Chappelle, he says, you guys are so fucking stupid. Netflix made a show about Koreans killing one another and no one cares about that. But you care about Dave Chappelle's jokes? House music. Thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Oh, here it is.
There isn't just one true where they.
Wait, what? No, that's not what I was talking about. Hold on. Later on the panel with woke racism, really, Dave Chappelle's offensive, but not the show where Koreans murder each other for money? Dude, that's peak humor, dude. This guy, that's a funny guy, dude. Really? Dave's special is offensive, but not the show where Koreans murder each other for money? It is a child brain. Straight up a child's brain, okay? Anyway. I love that documentary, Squid Games.
For like, and people are trying to say, look, she's so much more edgy and subversive. Really? Poopy humor? And I'm not going to make fun of myself? Yeah, look, it's a target-rich environment, Hannah.
Well, Dave, she just made Dave's point. She's not funny, and she just proved it.
I know.
But wouldn't backbone be the last argument you'd use against Dave Chappelle? I mean, my goodness.
Well, she's trying to say that the leader of Netflix, the CEO or the president, doesn't have any backbone.
Right. I would say he does. He's gone against a lot of.
I would love to see. I would love to see those
decisions.
play numbers between Nanette and Dave.
Not a bad take. Violence stimulate more violence than jokes. What? This is 100%. This is 100% and not. This is an anti-gamer. This is the guy that leaves as soon as I mention playing video games, because you have to be. You literally have to. If you have this take, you have to believe that video games cause violence. Okay? Which is also just untrue. Completely, categorically, absolutely untrue. What you are referencing is just a falsehood. Yeah. Notice how the world was significantly less violent before the cinema, the invention of the cinema. That's right. Get fucked, liberals. Yeah, that's right. You have no answer for that. You have no answer for that. Movies made the world, everybody knows, a significantly more violent place. Also, more movies are being made and more video games are being made now. And, violent crime has historically been lower than ever before. But hey, yeah, why don't you stimulate some bitches, dude? That's right. Fucking got him. Fucking owned, dude. Okay, let's keep going.
Chappelle special, and then I would love to see the thumbs up and thumbs down afterwards. Like, how many people just hate watch Nanette going, this can't really be as bad as people, all right, thumbs down. Don't tell me.
They got rid of the thumbs down because of Amy Schumer's special.
Right.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
If this is AI, I am going to ask Alec Baldwin to hand me a blank gun. So, here's something that I noticed, and a lot of people missed. As a matter of fact, I haven't seen anyone else talk about this. Variety wrote about Dave Chappelle's willingness to talk with the trans community. Okay, now let me be really clear. Let me go to the first overlay A. They were quoting Dave, and they say they're quoting Dave. It says, "Do not blame LGBTQ community for any of this shit." Right, Dave, and it says LGBTQ sick. Now, for people who don't know, sick SIC.
That's a funny guy, dude. Dude. Crowder, read a black person without doing a voice challenge. Impossible difficulty, okay? Just impossible difficulty. I love that. That actually does make me a little happy. Like, guys, he's just doing Morgan Freeman. Oh, man. He just, oh, Jesus Christ.
In parentheses, this is a journalistic term. Some people out there don't know. I know a lot of you do. It's basically saying, I know there's a grammatical error or I know there's a spelling error, but I'm quoting the original source.
Right. Yeah.
So it's a way of saying, hey, I didn't make the mistake. For example, if someone says, hear me roar, and they spell here like being here in this place, you would write hear, sick, me, roar. Right. They put it right after LGBTQ. Now, how do we know what they're correcting? Earlier, you can bet your ass that Variety made sure to write some members of the
Wow, this is like the least important part of this fucking entire story. Like, this is right in his wheelhouse, okay? I mean, Crowder and others like him literally make a living off of like talking about cancel culture and being like trans people are weird and scary, blah, blah, blah. And even then, like, this literally dropped into his lap like a fucking incredibly prominent, very famous comedian, beloved by a lot of people, turns around and does like a mid-ass fucking special and is now talking about the cancel culture and the backlash and whatnot. And even then, he's like still flubbing, dude. Come on, this is like what you're supposed to do. This is your wheelhouse. Why the fuck are you covering like the sick part of it? Okay. Anyway, you know, Crowder makes his living off of that, just like I make my living off of the top of the hour ad breaks. That's right, because at the top of the hour, there's a 60-second ad break. Okay? And if you no longer want to see the ads, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do that for $5 dues, or you can do that for free with a Twitch Prime if you have a fucking Twitch Prime, bro. Mate, if you have a fucking Twitch Prime, mate, then all you need to do is use your fucking Twitch Primes. It's fucking free. That's right, but the top of the hour ad break comes nonetheless. Here it is.
LGBTQ plus community have been supportive of him. In other words, Variety magazine, and this is the importance of language. They are now saying that, and I think LGBTQ is being too generous, just to be clear. People used to accuse me of straw manning 4 years ago. When I would say LGBTQ plus, they would go, no one actually asked you to say that, it's LGBT. When the fact is, I was at a feminist film festival, it was LGBTQ AAIP plus. Variety is saying, you are factually or grammatically incorrect.
I think one of the funniest parts about being a conservative, and this is just me, is that like, in order to be like appropriately bigoted, I feel like they have to learn so much about like being gay, so much about like the naming conventions, just so they can purposely be bigoted. Like, it's not organic. Like, you're constantly thinking about what trans people are up to. You're thinking about what trans people are up to more than fucking trans people, okay? And you're getting mad about that nonstop. It's fucking pathological. It's so funny. You are just like so insanely cucked by all of the SJW shit that you fucking cry about because it occupies such a gigantic part of your mind. It's awesome.
You do not write at minimum the plus. They went out of their way to imply that Dave Chappelle is hateful for saying LGBTQ. Right there. Sick. Correction.
No, because he said LBGT. Like, that's why they put that in there. Okay? That's it.
We know that Dave is insensitive here and missing. That's the point. Now, if you consider that as factually...
No, it's because he said LBGT. That's it. What the fuck? And that's like not... It's not an implication that... Oh my God. He literally fucking recognizes that, like... He recognizes that, like, sick is just added when they're saying, like, we didn't make this like editorial issue. It's just like a part of what he said. What the fuck? It's because he put the B before the G. That's it. What the fuck? Why is he talking about this? It's 5 minutes. It's the whole video. Wait, this is all he talked about? What a fucking dumbass.
Correct. Guess what? Now it's a lot easier to accuse people of hate speech. If you're speaking, hate speech is real.
Bro, what happened? This was an opportunity. My boy flubbed it. This was an incredible opportunity to fucking cry about like SJWs and how like he's being canceled and all this other shit. Like, and instead he just spent the entire fucking part of the show where he's supposed to talk about this shit about like editorial decisions made by Vanity Fair. What the fuck?
Really only allowed if you're speaking against reality, against actual facts in order to incite hatred, which is also bullcrap. I think people have the right to be wrong. Yeah. But look at this right here. It just amazes me that someone at Variety, sorry, I don't want to be Hannah Gadsby. Someone doing Variety? Someone at Variety thought, hey, I want to make sure that I point out, talk about a virtue signal, and it's worse than that. They want to make sure that you have to adopt all of their language.
That was the worst, dude. That was absolutely the worst way to cover that story. Oh my fucking Lord. What the fuck? Dude, this is why I say I could have been, I would literally be better at as a conservative commentator than conservative commentators. Like, it doesn't take much to be a conservative commentator. Like, as long as people agree with you, because you're not going against the grain. You're literally advocating for positions that, like, everyone agrees with functionally. You know what I mean? Like, especially older people. Because you're basically saying, let's not change anything. As a matter of fact, let's go back to the way things were. And that is, like, so easy to defend. The status quo is incredibly easy to defend. And even then, they just fucking suck at it. Oh my God. I just want to like create a conservative character, but I don't know if I could like live with the like anything beyond Hank Pecker. I can't do, you know what I mean? It's just like, it just like hurts my soul if I was like constantly shitting on people. You know? Okay.
You ready? Yeah. You ready? Yeah. You're brave. You're brave for what you say and the fact that you stand up there and say it, and I appreciate it. I think we all appreciate it, actually, because there's not a lot of people that have the balls.
He's so brave, dude. Not a lot of people have the balls to say that these minorities are taking up positions from whites. You know, with affirmative action, you know, just not a lot of people have the balls to say that. Okay. You're saying that. So you're fucking brave. You're a hero, dude. As you guys know, that's not like, you know, famously one of the most common fucking arguments that dumbass conservatives make all the fucking time.
Also do it. But I want to ask you something a little bit out of the ordinary. So prepare yourself.
Yo, just wanted to let you know that everybody that got shot by Rittenhouse attempted to hurt him first. Hashtag neoliberal gang. You look like Weasel, bro. Is this person okay? Are you good, bro? Who the fuck says hashtag neoliberal gang, you fucking loser? God. Ew. Ew, dude. Ew. You should be like, you should actually be more embarrassed to post like that. I'm just saying, like, that's very embarrassing. You should feel embarrassed if you have a sense of shame, which you probably don't. But it's kind of sad. You're a sad person.
At this point, we're living under corporate and medical fascism. This is tyranny. When do we get to use the guns? No, and I'm not, that's not a joke. I'm not saying it like that. I mean, literally, where's the line? How many elections are they going to steal before we kill these people?
So, no, no, hold on.
Oh, shit. That's right, brother. When are we going to start shooting these motherfuckers? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? They keep stealing these elections. And that is, you know, that's at the heart of the problem of people constantly fucking agitating people over and over again and lying to them over and over again about how, like, libtards are stealing the elections. It's about time some of them asked that. Isn't that what they say they got the weapons for? Yeah. You can't constantly. I mean, dude, I replied to Dave Weigel, who posted about this first earlier this morning. Jihan Yi, thank you for the 25 gifted. Damn, always lacing me up. Thank you. He's basically saying the quiet part out loud, right? Wait, what the fuck? God damn. God damn. Love how these motherfuckers unironically think they're the only ones to own guns. So, as I was saying, that itself is the logical conclusion of this sort of fucking attitude that's been used as a way to motivate the masses on the Republican side.
No, stop. Hold on. Now I'm going to denounce that. I'm going to tell you why. Because you're playing into all their plans, and they're trying to make you do this. That's okay. Just hear me out.
That's okay?
Before we kill these people.
So, no. No, hold on.
They're clapping for it, too. Bro, will this make Charlie Kirk reconsider? Will this make Charlie Kirk reconsider what he's been doing? No. Definitely not.
No, stop. Hold on. Now I'm going to denounce that. I'm going to tell you why. Because you're playing into all their plans, and they're trying to make you do this. That's okay. Just hear me out. You started with a compliment, so at least give me a little bit. They are trying to provoke you and everyone here. They are trying to make you do something.
Yeah, it's January 6th, for example. Like, that was not the Republicans provoking that guy and everyone like that guy. That was actually the Democrats, dude. The Democrats were there to blame, dude. They were asking for it, you know?
That will be violent, that will justify a takeover of your freedoms and liberties, the likes of which we have never seen. We are close to have, hold on, we are close to have momentum to be able to get this country back on a trajectory using the peaceful means that we have at us. So to answer your...
Yeah, like literally fucking dismantling election security and an opportunity for people to, I don't know, go out and be able to fucking vote on a day off. You know, shit like that. Nope. We are doing our very best to destroy that so that the working poors can never vote. Or if they want to vote, they need to fucking make it as hard as possible for them to vote, especially if you're a working poor person in a black or brown neighborhood. If you're black or brown, oh my Lord, we're going to close down all the polling stations, baby. And ultimately, we will even go all the way. We will go all the fucking way and straight the fuck up. Change the outcome. Change the outcome of Democratic votes if need be, if necessary. You know, because it's being stolen.
Your question, and I just think it's, overly blunt. We have to be the ones that do not play into the violent aims and ambitions of the other side. They fear, let me say this very clearly, they fear us holding the line with self-control and discipline, taking over school board meetings. They're the ones that are willing to use federal force against us. And I know that people get fired up. We are living under fascism. We are living under this tyranny. But if you think for a second that they're not wanting you to all of a sudden get that next level where they're going to say, okay, we need Patriot Act 2.0, if you think that...
Wait, Charlie's anti-Patriot Act? What the fuck? Wait, I don't understand. How are you going to be anti-Patriot Act and then be like, you know, I love Donald Trump because he said, you know, Muslim ban. That's actually good. That's pretty pog. I'm a libertarian, by the way. I'm a libertarian who doesn't believe in, like, freedom of travel. Like, what does he think?
You know, Waco is bad. Wait till you see what they want to do next. What I'm saying is that we have a very fragile balance right now at our current time where we must exhaust every single peaceful mean possible.
Imagine thinking that Biden, of all fucking people, has the capacity to prop up fascism. My man is thinking about butter pecan ice cream 24/7. No. What will inevitably end up happening in America if things go as they are so far is that we'll have fascism. It'll be a Republican or a conservative in general that, like, brings it. And then the Democrats, even if they do get into power after that happens, will literally not do anything about it. They'll just be like, all right, we're going to do fascism light. Oops. Oh, we just can't roll it back. Title 42 is a great example of this. Like, utilizing the Trump era COVID protocols against asylum seekers, like, aggressively, and then fighting to keep Title 42 in the court system, like the Joe Biden administration did, is such a fucking perfect representation. It's like literally the who built the cages shit. It's who built the cages conversation 2.0. Okay. Joe Biden said, I built the cages, Jack. Wrong. It will be corporate backed by both sides, just like 1933. Yeah. You know, corporations are very much on the side of the working class, dude. I agree. You know. Like, who do you think is more with the status quo? Someone like myself or someone like fucking Charlie Kirk? I don't have any fucking billionaires backing me in the same way that they are backing him, dude. This motherfucker's entire career is astroturfed by billionaires and millionaires on the Republican Party. He gets to go hang out with Donald Trump. I can't even get fucking leftist, like, progressive candidates to come back on the show every now and then. The Patriot Act is one of the few laws where white Americans can claim to be victims just as much as minorities, but they're not, though. And they literally aren't. Like, it's not used against white people. It was, like, weaponized against Muslims. It's so fucked up. They can be. Dems will be like, well, can't dismantle fascism because of the Senate parliamentarian. Yep. If you dressed and talked like Charlie, you would get more girls straight up. Charlie is a Chad, while you are not. You have to start dressing like Charlie instead of your checkered pants. This guy understands pussy getting, dude. The pussy haver has joined the chat. Yeah. He's right. He gets it. Definitely. When I think of someone who fucks a lot, I think of Charlie Kirk. Oh, by the way, some good news. Dune is officially getting a fucking sequel. They didn't even wait, dude. They didn't even wait for the fucking hype to die down. They literally just fucking blasted it, and I'm very excited. Dune 2, baby. Dune Part 2. Legendary Entertainment announced the news on Tuesday, writing, "This is only the beginning. This part of the sci-fi epic, which opened October 22nd in the United States, simultaneously in theaters and on HBO Max, earned 41 million in ticket sales in its first weekend. That's fucking sick. I hope. Bro, it was in the credits? Wait, what? No, it wasn't confirmed that it was going to be part 2. Yeah, that chant is really good. I don't want to show it. I mean, or I kind of want to. This sequence is insane. I'm not going to show it. I want to show it, but I'm not going to show it. But it's an insane, it's so good. The throat singing. Madison Cawthorn's being weird again. Oh, here we fucking go.
Madam Speaker, today I am calling for the creation of a formal commission to investigate the true origin of COVID-19, the role Fauci played in its creation.
Fauci!
The false statements
Dude, he has such a, like, Weasley voice. I can't get over it. Like, he sounds like such a pussy. I'm sorry. Ooh, the role that Fauci played. Shut up, bitch. Oh, man.
He made to members of Congress under oath, and why the hell
Fauci did bioterrorism.
Americans are funding the torture of puppies in Africa. Americans deserve the truth, and this demon doctor must never be allowed to escape.
My man said demon doctor, bro. This demon doctor needs to stop killing puppies personally.
Justice. With that, I yield back.
For what purpose is it?
Oh, that's awesome. Lucci Fauci from Hellspital. Fucking got him, dude. We're a normal country, Jack. Yeah, this is so good, dude. I never want conservatives to go away. I want them to never have power, but like their content, dude. They're just so much funnier than like anything else that like liberals try to do. If we keep bullying Madison Cawthorn, one day he's gonna stand up to you. Okay, don't make jokes like that. Come on. I would love to see fist fights in our Congress, like in Taiwan. That'd be amazing. Yeah, dude. Oh my God. Why did you bring that up while we're looking at Madison Cawthorn? Okay, that's fucked up that you said that, not me. I want to stress that I didn't bring this up. Chatter did. Can't find the chatter, but I didn't bring this up. It's a weird time to bring that up. Okay, and I disavow. Okay. Of course, a white guy talks about puppy torture and not people torture. Yeah, dude. Look, you're going to get the fucking vegans. You're going to get the fucking vegans riled up. Wait, what? This Instagram model's fucking father passed away and she did a photo shoot with an open casket? Brave. Butterfly, fly away. R.I.P. Poppy, you were my best friend. A life well lived. Oh, that's fucking fire, dude. She's hot. Only in Florida? Nah, this could happen in other parts of America. I think most Americans are like brain dead this way. You know what I mean? I think a lot of Americans are fucking just broken. She's hot. She's hot and hyper aware of how hot she is. Yeah. 11,000 people like that, bro. 11,000 people.
What is up?
11,000 people saw that shit and were like, I'm gonna fucking fap. I'm gonna fap to this. This is good shit. Okay. Okay. Let's get back to everyone's favorite conservative. Not conservative, centrist, liberal, actually progressive. I'm Tim Pool. Andy. And how he is incapable of, I don't know, artistic expression, incapable of actually enjoying good things. It's surprising that people who think a show about people being forced into equality stands in food lines where they're underfed and uses fodder for the elites does not represent communism in any way. He's doubling down on Squid Games is actually about communism take. Like, again, it is impossible to get a conservative to recognize that they're wrong. The fucking guy who made the work said, this is about capitalism. Okay? Like, the guy who made the art was like, this is about capitalism. And the fucking actual work itself is like showing, even in the moment where like there's a North Korea, South Korea comparison, which is a big no-no from what I understand. Even in that moment, like that character herself, like that character's experiences are to show that like, even if you escape this like brutal and incredibly impoverished authoritarian country, you are still suffering in the bastion of capitalism, South Korea, that's supposed to be like a free society. Like, what do you think that's for? That's literally to show you that like, yeah, it's not that great here. Okay? If Squid Game was about capitalism, then rich people would start off advantaged and not equal to the other players. What the fuck? Wait, but then he admits it. Wait, what? Did he not watch the show? None of those people are rich. They literally all are in a financially destitute position because of debt. Oh, what the fuck? This is literally, okay, the one time, I have to say this, the one time, wait, Ben Shapiro did a review too? We gotta watch it. The one time where I'm gonna say this annoying thing, but it's like, did you watch the show? Like, what was going on? Was the dub like weird? Like, did they just like completely miss the point? I want to. It's not even subtext, dude. It's not even an undertone, dude. The whole fucking show is literally like, capitalism makes you do fucked up shit. Like, it's the most reductive. It's so on the nose that it's not even like cool. As a matter of fact, in my video where I criticized Tim Pool's takes, I briefly talked about like the things that I didn't like about Squid Game, and that was that it was too fucking on the nose. Rich people get together and watch poor people kill themselves for money. Haha. Like, that's so like zero dimensional. That's not even like one dimensional. That's just like, it's so played out. Like, they could have done something a little bit more fucking compelling and interesting. You know what I mean? It's been done a million times over, and it was actually disappointing because the games were like interesting and the setups were really interesting. So then to have it fall so flat with like the ultimate through line being like, rich people are just there to watch poor people kill themselves, like that fucking sucked. But hey, it sucked, but it was really fucking obvious, dude. Some players would have inherited advantages towards winning the money. The reality is that it's just authoritarianism, but leans against communism. The critiques of capitalism, if you try hard enough, there aren't just critiques of capitalism if you try hard enough. They literally put a very famous South Korean strike where cops actually killed one of the main character's fucking friends. And they put that in the show. And that's the reason why he has like PTSD. That's crazy.
Alrighty.
Oh, we gotta watch this. Ben actually is an art understander because he's like he's a pussy Los Angeles libtard, regardless of where he lives now. You know what I mean? He's like a fucking violinist. His father was like a musician. You know what I mean? So like he actually does understand art, so I care more about his take than I care about Tim Pool's, because like he's a better propagandist, and he's also a better understander of art, regardless of his like very obviously bigoted framework that he's operating off of, which causes him to routinely fucking say dumb shit about works of art. Like, I love classical music. I hate rap. If you like rap over classical music, you're stupid. Hashtag I said it. That's a real Ben Shapiro tweet, by the way, from 2011. Anyway. Forced equality at gunpoint. Privileged elites controlling the game. Privileged elites controlling the game is literally capitalism. People killing each other desperate. Like, you're admitting that. You're admitting that. You're admitting that privileged elites control the game in capitalism. People killing each other desperate and angry is more analogous to the Soviet Union and the US, where homeless people are overweight. To be fair, isn't 75% of rap just bad, or am I also a rap hater? And Spectre, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. The comments on his video all disagree with him. The one player who's actually rich gets the biggest advantage of all, actually. Yeah, literally. Like, the person is, like, doing it for funsies, ultimately. Like, the one actually rich person is doing it for fucking funsies. Anyway, can't believe Tim Pool worked for Vice. I mean, Gavin McInnes was a co-founder of Vice. You know, Vice doesn't exactly have the best track record. You know what I'm saying? With their, you know, past employees, hires, all that sort of good stuff. Dude, this is just a recap of his video, so I don't know how else to fucking address it, other than the fact that I addressed it thoroughly already when I talked about this on my YouTube channel. You can watch that if you want to know more about that. Got him, GX. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Let's watch this this 8-second video this person made.
I want to grab pussy.
Hell yeah, brother. Thank you, Mom. Oh,
I want to grab.
This is so wonderful, dude. This is sick as fuck. Holy shit. Notable streamer Hank Azan Pecker. That's wild.
Pussy.
Hell yeah, brother. Thank you, Mom. Bro, this is awesome. It's literally like a Disney animation. Link it in the chat so we can share it. Yeah, hold on. It's so good. Important study you might want to take a look at. Sexual fetishes on the political compass. Men and women. Total sample size was over 19,000. Scat? For Nazis. Economic right loves anal sex, females submitting in rape play. Holy fuck, Nazis are insane. But also not surprising. Shocked to find out that Nazis are into. Okay, this is wrong, dude. This is literally wrong. You want to know why? Because there's no pedophilia in the economic right libertarian. This is bullshit. I don't believe this at all. I've literally never met a libertarian that isn't like sus as fuck. Where's the right libertarian pedophilia shit? It just says anal sex, female submitting in rape play for economic right. It's above incest? No, dude, that's not right libertarian. That's right authoritarian. This is the Nazi side. Pedos are in the auth right. Well, I guess technically a lot of libertarians are Nazis anyway, so. Okay, so auth left loves piercing, cutting, pet play, female use of sex toys, sadism. Damn, this fucking nailed me a little bit. I mean, this nailed me. Asphyxiation, choking, lactation, vor, sounding, latex, sadism, and then economic left, left libertarian, spanking, sex position beside missionary, masochism, heavy bondage, group sex, humiliation, light bondage, male submitting, male use of sex toys, pegging, futa, monsters, aliens, females dominating. Women fetishes, not men. Do not look up sounding. Do not look up sounding. Do not do that. Do not look up sounding. This is fake because the left doesn't have essay writing in it. True. The only way I can get off is by telling people to read theory that I myself have not actually read, but I will copy paste little essays from memes that I saw on Instagram. Wait, where's the men one? I want to see the men one. Oh, sexual fetishes and political orientations of men. Males dominating, females submitting, sadism, sex positions besides missionary. Okay. I see myself in this. Vor, heavy bondage, asphyxiation, choking, light bondage, pegging, female use of sex toys, male use of sex toys, male submitting, group sex, females dominating, pet play, exhibitionism, spanking, humiliation, masochism, incest, necrophilia, futa, latex, bestiality, sounding, rape play, 24/7 power dynamics, lactation, race play, rape play, dirtiness, anal sex, piercing, cutting, creepy crawlies. What the fuck is creepy crawlies? Dude, what the fuck? Yo, the right of this is just like, let me say something here, okay? You know how people say kink shaming is wrong or whatever? No, motherfucker, okay? No. I'm gonna kink shame. You can't stop me. That side of the fucking equation, I'm kink shaming, motherfucker. I'm kink shaming all the way. What the fuck? What is happening? Communist catboy is a literal meme. No way in hell the lib right gets pet play. Auth right is the most degenerate. I mean, that's not even remotely surprising, dude. Think bestiality, but with bugs? Oh, God. No. Careful with this account. They're a sex worker. Okay. What do you mean careful with his account? Oh, nudes. Oh, shit. Good fucking call, dude. Good call. I'm moving away from this. Don't free scroll. No, I'm not looking through the account. I'm totally not looking through the account to see what's good as I free scroll. You know what I mean? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that at all. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Anyone who says I'm doing that is a liar and a son of a bitch. Okay. All right, let's get to Ben Shabibo's take on
today.
Squid Game.
my review of Squid Game, which is the biggest show on Netflix and maybe in Netflix history. We'll get to all of the details in just one moment. First, this video is sponsored by Helix Sleep.
Can we just like admit that it's kind of mid though? Like we should be able to admit that it's kind of mid. I think. I hope.
And she doesn't have enough money.
So he's just like talking about, you know, the review of it, right? And then he gets to his commentary at like minute 5, at the 5-minute mark. There's spoilers here, by the way. I'm just letting you know.
Into the show that underscore this very silly theme. One of those notes is that when you get to the ending episodes and you find out who are the VIPs who bet on who is going to win and who's going to lose the game, they're all American. Like, they're all these big American fat cats, so it's really the evil Americans and their capitalist excesses, these decadent Americans who are behind this whole thing. There's not a good American in the entire show. They're just a bunch of Americans who are wearing these glittery masks, a la Hunger Games. And this is supposed to characterize the idea that really South Korean economics is run at the behest of these evil white corporate.
See, at least he fucking understands the point. Like, he gets the point. That's the difference, okay? Like, he gets the fucking point. That's what I was trying to say. Like, Tim Pool can't get the point. Ben Shapiro at least understands the point.
Paymasters. The biggest spoiler, of course, is that the person who's heading up the Squid Game is the old man, right? So the old man is playing, and it turns out that he's playing out of fun. He's not actually playing because he is worried about dying. He does have brain cancer, that part's true, but he's the head of a major corporation. He's a very wealthy industrialist, and his entire shtick is that all of this is justified. Squid Game is justified because it is, in fact, more fair than the actual capitalist economy that is in place in South Korea. Okay, this is a very silly view of capitalism. Capitalism is literally predicated on the notion that you do not get something unless you give something to somebody else. Right?
Oh my God, he's dropping Hayek in there. I already gave a spoiler warning. I literally said there would be spoilers. I gave a spoiler warning. I don't fucking care.
As Hayek was fond of suggesting, the basic premise of capitalism is that you are forced to do something you wouldn't have normally done for somebody else because you need something from them. Trade ennobles. Trade is good. But for people who don't...
Yeah, whereas communism is not built around division of labor at all. Like, there is no... or anything like that. Or socialism, Marxism. Like, Marx famously never talks about capitalism. For those of you... he never wrote an entire book about capital. Or talked about capitalism at all in any meaningful capacity. As, you know, that's famously he didn't do that. So, yeah, Das Kommunal is the book, actually. Yeah, Marx never considered any of the stuff that he's mentioning.
Don't understand capitalism and come from sort of a Marxist leaning bent. Capitalism is a zero-sum game. Somebody wins and somebody loses. Somebody wins the big pot of cash and somebody dies. Of course, the metaphor...
Like, even though these are incredibly reductive terms, right, that he's mentioning, like, all of this is addressed, okay? Like, every single thing that he's mentioning is addressed in Das Kapital. Like, every single thing that he's mentioning. Even if he's, like, talking about it in, like, really reductive terms and, like, doesn't talk about the relation that workers and capital owners have, the different kinds of relations that workers and capital owners have to the means of production and how commodities are produced. Like, it's just... It's silly. It's silly bit shit.
Inside the Squid Game is supposed to be that if only the population sees the means of...
Yeah, by the way, yes, I'm spoiling Das Kapital. Sorry.
Production through majority votes, then all of this
I gotta
would
pee.
end
I'll be back.
Usher in a new and better world, right? All it takes is a majority vote to stop this terrible system where some people are being murdered for the benefit of other people. Okay, but that assumes that economics is a zero-sum game, right? Which it is not. It assumes that capitalism is a zero-sum game, which it is not. We'll get to more on this in just 1 second. First, I need my Helix Sleep mattress. I really, really do. Helix Sleep has a quiz. It takes just 2 minutes to complete. It matches your body type and sleep preferences to the perfect mattress for you. Why would you buy a mattress made for someone else? With Helix, you're getting a mattress you know will be perfect for the way that you sleep. Everybody's unique, and Helix knows that, so they have several different mattress models to choose from. They've got soft, they've got firm, they've got medium mattresses. Mattresses great for cooling you down if you sleep hot. Mattresses great for spinal alignment to prevent morning aches and pains. Even a Helix Plus mattress for plus-size sleepers as well. I took that Helix Sleep quiz. I was matched with a special mattress. Actually, it has a couple of different sides because my wife and I got an all-in-one mattress and she has different sleep settings than I do. You can do exactly the same. So if you are looking for a mattress, you take the quiz, you order the mattress that you're matched to, and then it shows up directly at your door, shipped for free. You don't even need to go to a mattress store at all. Helix is awesome. You don't need to take my word for it. Helix was awarded the #1 best overall mattress pick of 2020 by GQ and Wired magazine, and they've been recommended by multiple leading chiropractors and doctors of sleep medicine as a go-to solution for improvement in sleep quality. So head on over to helixsleep.com/Ben, take that 2-minute sleep quiz. They will match you to a customized mattress that'll give you the best sleep of your life. They've got a 10-year warranty. You can try it out for 100 nights risk-free, so even if you don't love it, you can send it back, but you will. You're gonna.
I'm sorry that you guys were forced to see fucking Ben Shapiro's ad read, but your clickbait? What? Why is this just say Hasan Piker? Dave Chappelle slams Hannah Gadsby and makes 3 demands. Hasan Piker, Kyle Rittenhouse, victim ban? What? Why does he make it seem like I'm one of the demands that Dave Chappelle made?
Love it. Helix is offering up to $200 of support or immoral. Rich people of Parasite is that the poor people in Parasite are supposed to be sympathetic, but they literally do nothing right, and the rich people in Parasite are supposed to be bad and therefore worthy of punishment, and they literally.
Wait, what? Parasite is literally about how the working class fights amongst itself. Like, Parasite, the whole point of, okay, well, maybe he doesn't get all the fucking, okay, maybe he doesn't understand all subtext, especially if it's not like directly in your face, like, Squid Game was. Because the point of Parasite is that the working poor are incredibly combative against one another when and fight against solidarity instead of recognizing that the true villain is right in front of their eyes. Ben Shabibo, the real OG Pool Crowder Kroger, just lame remixes of the Ben.
They don't do anything that is immoral in the course of the movie, like at all. And yet you're just supposed to assume that the rich people are bad and the poor people are somehow good. The same thing sort of holds true in this show. In this show, all of the poor people are perceived as sort of innately more noble than the people who are rich, even though the reality is that the poor people in the show, aside from the North Korean refugee, like the main character is a derelict gambler. He's a bad guy, okay? And he's gradually ennobled by his participation.
Wait, what? He's a bad guy. The main character's a bad guy. No, he's a degenerate. He's not a bad guy. How the fuck did you watch Squid Games and come out with the fact that he's like a bad person? He has vices just like every other human being does. Ultimately, one of the points is that, like, he's a degenerate, but he's not a bad person. He's a good person in the end, despite like his flaws.
In the game is sort of the idea, but all of the characters who are seen to participate.
This is good. This is a good take from Don Quixote. Ben Shapiro should. Oh wait, no, not that one. What the fuck? Oh, Zony66. Sorry. I mean, it gets at the heart of Ben's take that poor people are fundamentally bad. Exactly. He's bad because he's poor. He's poor because he's bad. Poor people are bad.
In the capitalist system are, of course, very, very bad. And so that's the political take on the show. And it seems like that is the message that is now being exported by the South Korean film industry.
Wait, what?
Who are seen by his participation in the game is sort of the idea, but all of the characters who are seen to participate in the capitalist system are, of course, very, very bad. And so that's the political take on the show. And it seems like that is the message that is now being exported by the South Korean film industry.
What?
As far as the actual show itself, like whether it's entertaining or not, Yeah, I mean, it's entertaining. It's definitely very watchable. It gets extremely gory. There's a very bizarre side plot about selling of bodily organs that gets really graphic and kind of gross.
Dude, this is why not a single person who is cool has watched Ben Shapiro and agreed with him. Okay? In the end, you're literally watching an adult man-child go, it was very gory. It was very gory, and I didn't like it. I don't understand it. Why is there so much gore? I love that. It was yucky. I don't like that.
Gross. I will say I thought the twists were predictable. Maybe it's because I've watched too many movies, and maybe it's because I've written stuff myself, but it's pretty obvious from the beginning.
Yeah, Ben. Written profoundly important works like that novel. What was the novel he wrote about like Obama being gay and like secretly a bad guy? Like he wrote that spy novel. True Allegiance. Yeah. I've written stuff myself. Now, my grievance is against Hollywood for not allowing me to thrive in the industry because I'm conservative. Have nothing to do with, it's not because my writing was dog shit. It was because I was conservative that Hollywood did not, let me write my incredible works like True Allegiance.
That whoever is going to be leading up the Squid Game has to be an integral character. Otherwise, it has no meaning when you reveal who's leading up the Squid Game. So that means that it can't be any of the young people who get killed. The only person it could be, theoretically, is the old man, really. So I kind of called that one maybe 3 episodes in advance. And also, the other big
I called it.
mystery of the show is that you have a cop who's trying to search for his brother, who's supposedly been taken into the system, and it turns out that he is a part of the system. That, again, was not super unpredictable. But overall, if you had to rate Squid Game in terms of watchability and sort of addictiveness, pretty good show. I would give it maybe a 7 out of 10. In terms of politics, I give it like a 1 out of 10 because, again, the politics of it are so baseline Hollywood silly. They really make politics. I give it like a 1 out of 10.
Yeah, why aren't there more movies about how, you should live in an anarcho-capitalist world that make it seem like an anarcho-capitalist world could be good? I don't know, because even like imagining a universe that is more capitalist than the one we exist in, it's impossible not to notice that like the inequality would be greatly exacerbated.
Because again, the politics of it are...
It's called Mad Max. Yeah, I know. That's why I specified and said there is no like ANCAP work of art that shows it as a good thing, as a positive. An ANCAP civilization. Guys, I'm not saying there aren't ANCAP movies. I love ANCAP movies. I mean, Elysium is like literally perfectly describes like what an ANCAP society would look like. The point is, it's just never good, okay? It's not ever shown in a good way. And the reason for why it's not shown in a good way is because people recognize that it would... I already mentioned this. I mentioned the concerns. I already addressed it.
So baseline Hollywood silly. They really make no level of actual sense. Presumably they're setting up for a second season of Squid Game as well, because the season ends on a cliffhanger with the main...
Yeah, this shit was so bunk, dude. I don't know. I think I predicted the Squid Game season 2 is going to suck, by the way. I think it's going to be a True Detective style flop. If I'm keeping it 100, I predict Squid Game season 2 is going to be like True Detective season 2 versus season 1.
Main character basically deciding that he is going to go take down the Squid Game as opposed to leaving the country and heading off to America. So I'm sure that will be the second season. He will probably have to infiltrate, or he will have to figure out some way to enter into the system itself, which, I'll start to watch it for sure. But is it worthy of the sort of high praise that it's been receiving in some quarters. Probably not as watchable, for sure. The Good. Compelling, well-acted, well-produced, interesting. It's a beautiful-looking show. The sets that they built for the various games...
I agree with all the stuff that he's saying here.
...are really intricate. They look really good. They're sort of oddly creepy because the sets that they built for the children's games, it's supposed to be almost as though they're in this kind of giant dollhouse. The feel of the show is really good. It's well filmed. It's well directed. The most compelling episode is episode 6 because it really forces the characters to take stock of the fact that they essentially have to kill other people in order to get ahead. But again, as a metaphor for capitalism, it's very silly, but it's very emotionally affecting, and it does put the characters in a really difficult emotional bind. So it's well written and it's well acted. That is probably the best episode of the show. The Bad, politically asinine. Politically, it makes no sense at all.
What a bitch. Dude, how is this any different than what, like, SJWs do? I mean, this is literally, like, this is straight up SJW shit, okay? I didn't like the politics of it. The politics of what, dude? Capitalism? Okay.
Somewhat predictable in terms of the twists and turns. Very, very bloody, like super bloody. So that first episode is not an indicator of what the bloodiness level will be in future episodes. That first episode just has people getting shot.
Dude, I swear to God, conservatives are just like racist liberals, dude. They fucking cry about the exact same bullshit in the exact same way, but from the other side of the argument. I'm like, hey, it was too bloody. And also there was, you know, degeneracy. They were showing characters that were bad, doing bad things.
In the head, and it's fairly graphic. That is not even close to how graphic the show ends up getting. They use some old film and TV tropes.
Gotta say, you have some dog shit TV and film opinions, so we'll see on Squid Game 2. I have literally the best opinions on TV and movies. Like, straight up the fucking best.
So bad guys listen to classical music. This is just a reality of the world, as we all know, is that all bad people listen to classical music. So that means that they're woken up to the Blue Danube Waltz by Strauss. And it means that the bad guys are listening to, you know, classic old jazz.
You like jazz?
So those are the good and the bad. Alrighty, that is my review of Squid Game. If there are other shows that you'd like me to review, other movies you'd like me to review, leave.
This is great. He's such a bitch, dude. It's awesome. There was